This part, you ain't gotta say a word. Just walk that, let's get burned. It will roll up 100 fucking nuts. All up in my mouth, now all up in yo. This nigga got pounds of it, all up in his truck. Now we both look Asian. He waving and I'm drunk. I got dank shit in my cup. You know what I'ma do to you? I could give reviews to you. Flow, we X, and we sipping on that juicy juice. That's just what she choose to do. the words when you said, hey, it's about you, baby. Look deeper inside you, baby. Dream about us together again. What I want us together again, baby. I know we'll be together again, 'cause everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me.
I wake up to fight for my earnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind, my mind it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah, I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need mind now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need mind now. Yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me a love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. I really need my dog. I need to free my dog. I really need time now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free my dog. I really need time now. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, y'all. Come on in. Make sure you double tap the screen. Good morning. Welcome, y'all. Come on in. We finna get started, y'all. I know I'm extremely late, but baby, let me tell you, I apologize. Mine's be on full alert. We're not gonna y'all make sure y'all. Good morning, Miss Lynn. Good morning, Miss B. Good morning, Amazing Miss Carla. Who else we got in the building? I think I saw Natasha. Hey, Natasha. Y'all come on in. We finna get started because we are so behind. We are days behind. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Somebody put a 1 in the chat right quick if you can hear me. And we're going to get started. Let's see who we got. Frank. What you talking about, Chris Frank? The African Queen with 50%. Okay. Good morning, Natasha. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Thank you. Okay. Now that I know y'all can hear me, we're going to get right into it. I even cut the intro short because we late. I just got on the phone with y'all sister Flex. She said, hey, y'all. And she gonna see and talk to y'all soon. But let's get into it. We behind, days behind, but there's been new stuff coming out every day, and I got everything, and we're gonna talk about everything. So let's get right into it. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, support the channel. Truth, did you get my message? I got it, Ken. I got it. You just sent it, I think, maybe. You just sent it, but I got it. Thank you for that, girl. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Y'all, I'm so excited. I want to get into this interview. I want to get into this press conference. This press conference with Dr. Matthews, because Dr. Matthews ain't playing. Dr. Matthews is not playing, and we're going to listen to this press conference, and we're going to talk about it. Hey, Tanya, good morning. Y'all come on in. We're going to start this press conference, okay? And this happened days ago, y'all. That's why I say we days behind and we got to get caught up. And y'all know messing with me, we're going to get caught up. So let's listen to this right quick. And I got 3 different clips. I don't know if all of these clips is the same press conference. I don't know. But we're going to see. We're going to listen to this first and then we're going to see. So let's get into it, y'all.
Y'all come on. Yeah, they need to be able to see. Yeah, y'all come on. Yeah, stand around.
Okay.
Stand around.
Okay. Praise be.
Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, y'all. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Candace Matthews. I am the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation, and I'm also a national renowned human civil rights activist, advocate, and author. I'm here today because I was summoned by the community. What I seen in the past week and a half was a new era, real live lynching that happened with Carmelo Anthony. Now, I had a lot of people reaching out to me on social media I had a lot of people tagging me and everything because I cannot be everywhere at one time. I'm all over the United States.
That's right.
But the thing is that when I seen that they had an actual activist and they had a legal team and they didn't have no black people on the jury, that would not have happened on our watch. I don't understand how that was even able to go further than that. That should have went to the First Court of Appeals. Then after the First Court of Appeals, then it go to the Fifth Circuit Court. We would have took it all the way to the Supreme Court. That didn't happen. Another thing that I looked at is that we had people here that were paid to be moles to create chaos. See, we used to dealing with that when we on our activism travels across this United States. That would not have happened on our watch. But again, let's be clear. Everything happens for a reason. But one thing I want to let the community know, just because I wasn't here doesn't mean I wasn't working. We were working behind the scenes because we knew that this was a setup from the beginning. We knew that they was going to find him guilty. We didn't know that it was going to be 35 years old, but we knew that it was going to be something that was going to be egregious. And that's why I want to give a shout out to Charleston White. I want to give a shout out to Brother Cornell X, because all of us got together so we can help this family to be able to get the proper legal team that's needed. And what we do, we're not going to push a legal team on you. We're going to give you the top of the notch, creme de la creme, and you pick who you want to fit for you. Okay? And that is exactly what we're doing right now at this time. Now, we know that they was running everything real quick with this.
Let me say something, Mods. Let me say something right quick. They can come in here, they can say RIP Austin. We're not gonna do the M word in the chat, so you gotta go. But don't, everybody, don't delete everybody. If they come in, they respectful, they say what they feel, their opinion, whatever, let them ride. Straight out disrespect, straight out racism, any of that, get rid of. If the comment ain't, disrespectful or racist or whatever, don't worry about it. But y'all know who to get out of here. And once y'all get them out of here, they gone and they ain't coming back. Let's listen, y'all.
Case. Because I thought everything was going to be done today. I thought it was going to be done today. It was 2 days ago. And guess what? I couldn't be here for that day because guess what? Because as an activist, when you hold people accountable, they set traps for you. I had to be in court for a case they tried to set me up on. They got dismissed though. Okay? But guess who here today?
Yep. Dr. Matthews.
Okay? So when you're dealing with a case of this magnitude, you have to have an experienced activist. You have to have an experienced legal team. And that's exactly what we saw, okay? And I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. It is what it is. Now we are at this point where I seen a DA, I seen a judge, I seen the Metcalf family, I seen my people, and the whole United States seen what happened here. So now where we are is what the next steps. Because see, I'm not going to do no press conference with no rah-rah. I don't have time for that. Now it's about action and plans of action. What I seen was that this young man, I've worked on several cases, criminal cases. I have never seen no inmate that's in a county jail going to TDC the very next day. Normally it takes 30, 60, 90 days before you are able to make change to go to TDC. They hurry up and got this baby out of here. Then another thing that we also seen, that's why I'm bringing this information to you. What we also seen was that they already gave him a public defendant for the appeal. So this is why this is very evident and this is important, why I had to come here, so you don't get no misinformation. So now what's happening is that we have to ensure that there is the right, correct legal team to help in this process, because we can't have no more ball dropping, y'all. We cannot, because we have a young man life that's at stake at this time. Now, I'm not going to get into retrying this case because that happened then. We are here now. We are here dealing with the appeals process. This is what we own, and the time clock starts now. The fight starts now. The fight starts now, people. This is not something that we just have to be, no. This is serious. This is serious. And then I want to also say to the very people that would say, well, Dr. Matthews, she's not here. No, baby, you don't know what the hell I was doing. Because at the end of the day, I'm here now. The big dog is here now. And people going to be held accountable in these streets. And one thing that I want to lay out, because I know y'all didn't know nothing about this, since what I was told by some of the court watchers, they would bring information to me and tell me how the DA was talking in that hearing, would tell me how the judge was moving in that hearing, right? Well, baby, I got some tea on them. In the bag of evidence.
Let's go.
Baby, this is the hammer bag of evidence. So, hold it for me, brother. See, I ain't come out here to play. I came out here since you over here want to call this boy a murderer. Then we gonna
Oh yeah,
take
Ken.
the
Oh yeah.
covers off you. Ain't no way in hell that you need to be
All right.
DA for this foolishness. Did you know? Hold this, please.
I got you.
That there is a 75-page.
Like I said, unless they being disrespectful, flat out racist, putting the N word in here, let them ride. That's okay. You know how we do. We'll listen to or read your opinion or whatever. It's cool. But you get out of line, you gotta go.
A lawsuit for sexual harassment of the DA that was saying that Carmela Anthony is a murderer.
Y'all listen to the evidence that this woman got against the DA. Listen to this, y'all.
This foolishness. Did you know? Hold this, please.
I got you.
That there is a 75-page federal lawsuit for sexual harassment of the DA that was saying that Carmela Anthony is a murderer. Well, you need to be a registered sex offender sucker. Let me read.
Oh.
The pot called him kill the black cow, but you the whole DA out here. Oh, so you thought y'all was the only one that could go in PACES. And let me explain to you what PACES is. PACES is the database for federal lawsuits. See, we have a research team, baby, that's colder than the media.
Come on.
So let me go ahead and read a little bit of it and show you how disgusting this joke is.
It's serious.
After Jane Doe 1 refused defendant Willis, ain't that his name, Greg Willis? Oh, okay. Advances at the Galveston TDC.
Now, Willis is the DA, y'all. Willis is the DA that prosecuted Carmelo. Listen to the lawsuit that's against him. Now, this is a federal lawsuit. It's a federal lawsuit. Listen to it.
After Jane Doe 1 refused defendant Willis, ain't that his name, Greg Willis? Oh, okay. Advances at the Galveston TDCAA conference, he treated her quite differently in the workplace. He began demeaning and berating her. In one closed-door meeting, he told her, "You think like a child, and I would treat you like a child." Defendant Willis likely appreciated the gender slurring that is implicit in a male supervisor telling a female employee that she thinks like a child. Oh, wait a minute, it gets better. Hold on. More than once, she tried to break free, but he held her tighter. These physical encounters were unwanted and sexual in nature. Jane Doe 1 eventually put in for a position in the Victim Assistance Division and got it in December 2020.
Right now, she's talking about the DA. She's going to get into the judge. She's talking about the DA right now. I don't know about the judge ever being sued, but I do. Well, just listen to this, Miss B.
This role put her under the supervision of Chief Pricker. However, the unwanted touches and full frontal hugs with moaning continued. The most recent of the sexualized hugs back in April 2022. We got a damn freak for the DA, but you want to talk about Carmelo Anthony? No, we're gonna talk about you. Because if you want to sit up here and go do this rocket docket type case, well, we're gonna rocket docket your ass. Because you need to be in jail. You do not need to be a DA here. But see, this is what they don't tell you. That's why you got to research your people, who you're voting for. And I'm going to say this to the Republican Party. Republican Party, y'all need to write somebody else in. Because this man here is a sexual deviant. And he has no place being a DA here in Collin County. And if you want to see this lawsuit, you can go to my Houston Stringer page or Night Sun TV. We're going to drop the whole 75 pages so you can read it for yourself. It is some sick puppy foolishness in here. But he's DA though. Oh, okay. Let me see. Yeah. But then we took it a step further. Hold that for me. We took it a step further because anytime we pull court documents, my legal team will put it in an audit, and it'll give a psychological background of the defendant. Y'all want to hear? Yeah. I can't hear you. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have predatory behavior patterns of District Attorney Greg Willis. The complaint outlines an administrative pattern where DA Willis routinely leveraged his immense legal and professional power, including his authority to refer individuals for indictment and control criminal investigations, to isolate and exploit female employees. Oh, he enforces strict closed-door policies using forested glass office doors to maintain total occupancy. Across multiple independent plaintiff accounts, Willis repeatedly utilized identical operational pretext to force unwanted physical contact. He frequently claimed he needed help with electronic document to draw female staff behind his desk, subsequently tapping them in chairs, massaging their shoulders, stroking their limbs, and forcing full frontal body hugs while rubbing their lower backs, audibly moaning. He explicitly framed his actions as personal compulsions, stating, telling staff, sometimes I can't help myself. When he near to them, and blaming their appearance for the lack of professional control. That's the DA we got here. That's the DA who did this to Carmel Anthony.
Like I said, Sarah, you can come in here, you can state your opinion, you can even be a little rude, but when you be disrespectful and racist, you getting the hell out. This my shit. I said what I said. You want to be deleted? Now I'm letting y'all ride. I'm letting you ride, cause see, y'all mad cause the truth being told, and it's okay. Well, like I said, you come here, you be respectful. You don't be racist. You can put your opinion in the chat. That's it, and that's all. Yeah, it's a lot of people expressing their opinion, but you're not gonna be disrespectful. You're not gonna be racist in my chat. So I mean, if you got an issue with it, you can leave. I ain't even got to put you out. You can leave. Okay.
So y'all ain't know that, huh? Oh, y'all didn't? Okay. And then, so let me tell you about let me get nothing. Hold on, it's more, baby. It's more stuff. It's more stuff.
Let's go.
Now, I want to give credit to North Carolina The Beat, which is another black journalist that we all work together. All us people, activists, journalists, we work together. And I thank him for giving us this information, and we confirmed all of it. However, Judge Roach, now I'm on your avenue. Okay? Did y'all know that there's a third-party website? Because y'all know I deal with judicial accountability, right? Y'all know I bring them judges and I slang them when they dirty, right? So there's a third party that I want you all to be able to go to. And I'm going to make sure that we put it in the article so you can use that as a resource. Because whatever court you go to in the United States that deal with family and children, you need to know who's on this list. And this is a list of child abuse judges. This is child abuse judges, and this comes from the childabusejudges.com. Yeah. See, you don't know until you know, right? Okay. So as of 12/22/2025, 1,400 plus judges have been accused of child abuse. Many judges 2 to 6 times. So let's see what state we got.
You listening, Miss B? Here you go with the judge. Listen, Miss B.
Texas up there, because this is all of it. But I'm just going to show y'all Texas. Let's see who name on here.
Receipts.
Oh, yeah, here you go. My Versace glasses kind of got in the way. But Judge John Roach Jr. is on that list. And
Judge John Roach Jr. is the judge, Miss B. He's on the list.
Oh, yeah, here you go. My Versace glasses kind of got in the way. But Judge John Roach Jr. is on that list. And this is the same judge that convicted Carmelo. So you know what they say. Don't throw rocks living in the what? Glass house. So you need to know who is governing you guys. Because if you don't, how do you know how to move? That's why elections is important. You need to know who you're voting for. Y'all over here putting sex offenders in here, child abuse judges in here, and you wonder why you can't move 2 steps forward and you got to take 2 steps back, and then they turn around and take the kids from you, then they turn around and have your ass going to TDCJ for over 30 years.
Come on.
But that's what you got in this county here. So what I want to leave to the people of Collin County is this. DFW surrounding areas. We got to mobilize. We got to mobilize. We got to stop fighting each other, and we got to start fighting fire with fire. We have to let these people know that we would not tolerate this egregious activity that they're doing to our people. We would not tolerate it. So I did not come out here to rah-rah. I came out here to tell truth to power.
Thank you.
So you know who you dealing with in here. See, while you go out and get in that Jordan line, you better get in that voting line. When you over there on that stripper pole, you better get to that voting pole. Because at the end of the day, who they affect locally is y'all. So do I got any questions for the meeting? Because I got time today. I got time today. I sure do.
The people that are not in higher power, like you guys, what do you want us to do as the people? Do we keep I'm a blogger, so what do we just
No, what you do, you continue being a blogger. You continue shining the light. But what you have to do, you have to ensure whatever that you put in, that it is credible. Because you damage your credibility, you damage everything. Yes.
I know that you have a lot of problems with the trial and the way it went down.
Yes.
What is your biggest problem with it that you feel like discredits the entire trial?
Who was conducting it from the beginning? And then who was the one that was convicting? Who was the one that was calling the shots? I got a problem with these people. You know, I actually have a problem with this. I have a problem, like I'm gonna repeat this again. This was a modern day live lynching. This was from the very beginning that this young man was doing. That's why we were working behind the scenes, because this time we're gonna get in front of this.
What are you doing now in terms of trying to help appeal or be
What we're doing now at this stage is trying to help the family to get the right, proper legal representation.
Yes.
We're giving them names, and they need to be able to pick who they want. I'm not gonna just say, no, you take this lawyer here, and then this lawyer get over here and do what these lawyers did, and just sow this child up the river. Now, am I in agreement with anybody losing their life? Absolutely not. But I'm also in agreement of accountability, because accountability breeds responsibility. And it's our responsibility as a community and as me as an activist to call it out. Because when you don't shine a light to it, it's going to continue. That's why y'all need to know who we're dealing with in here. And I'm not done digging up all the rest of these judges or whoever else. We're not done.
What else will you be doing to?
I'm sorry?
What else will you be doing besides this event here?
I'm just gonna say this. You just stay tuned. You just stay tuned. Because I'm not giving the gameplay.
don't believe me?
Just stay tuned. Because see, you have a lot of people, and not to be disrespectful, my brother, you have a lot of people that do this, but don't put no action. So I'm telling you, watch the action play, because it's coming. Any other questions?
You've been made aware of the video that's supposed to be at the Snow ISD that shows Carmelo Bill Johnson.
Well, see, that right there, ma'am, I'm not trying to retry nothing with a case. What we're going to do, we're going to let the appeal process deal with that. That's why we need the best lawyers who going to go and get that, who going to go and get what's supposed to be done. That's what we do. I'm sorry? No, it's gonna be the entire United States that's gonna help, because they're gonna have, it's gonna be everybody. We all gonna galvanize behind this. I'm sorry?
What do you think about the photos you've seen released of Carmelo and his prison, attire and things like that? I mean, a lot of people.
Well, I mean, let's just be clear. Let's be clear. What they do. That's just standard what they do with sending these pictures out to try to paint this child to be a bad person. But you notice what they didn't put out was when he saved the child from drowning.
That's right.
Because we had that news.
Come on, we ain't heard nothing about that since this first happened. When it first happened, the lady who child he saved came out and spoke on this young man. But during this trial, we ain't heard nothing about that. We ain't heard nothing about that he saved a life. People that go around saving lives of people they don't know, don't go around just taking lives. Let's go. Come on, Dr. Matthews, let's go.
Article, and I put that out, and the whole nation didn't know nothing about it. So I'm like this: if you're gonna tell it all. Tell it all.
You want to see his background introduced into this case.
Absolutely. And when you did not have a mitigation specialist on that defense team, this is what you get. This is what you get. And so I'm just gonna be real clear, everybody. Now we got to start, because the fight starts now. Everybody has a strong suit out here. Utilize your strong suit, because the family is going to need us.
Yes.
We need to make sure, one, that you're a blogger, if you're the news, if you have your own news stations, anyway, anything that's dealing with that caliber. We got to control the narrative, and we have to ensure the narrative is being put out correctly. And when things are not being done right, we got to shine a light to it, period. So any other questions before we conclude this press conference?
I have a question.
Yes.
What advice would you give to our Black community just moving forward with this situation? What advice could we give to our children?
To the online white people who using this opportunity to be racist and call us monkeys.
Okay, so let me just say this. Let me just say this, everybody. I've been called all kind of names from the rooter to the tutor. Okay, what you have to keep in mind is this: don't worry about the distractions. It's distractions. Keep your eyes on the prize. And our prize at this point right now is to get this boy out. Okay, and we got to do everything by step, because keep in mind, we wasn't involved in the process at first. Am I right or wrong? We wasn't. So we're going to be involved with it now. And my bloggers, don't y'all stop. Because whatever they can't cover, because they got producers and stuff. Whatever they can't cover, you cover it. Send it to me. We're going to get it out there because I got more followers than them anyway. That's what we're going to do. Any other questions? Okay, so that one right there. And then you know what else happened with that lawsuit? He didn't even file an answer, honey. So that lets you know he a freak.
Mm-hmm. Why would money even be involved?
Come on.
Can't control your sexual urges. What's wrong with you?
Crazy.
You need Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank y'all. Come on, girls. I gotta go.
Okay. So, can you explain how long kind of a process is going to be?
Hold on. Hold this for me. Hold on. Wait a minute. Child, I gotta get my fan for this shit. Maybe it's hot. Hold on, child. Let me get my fan, honey. Because I'm not gonna be falling out here messing with y'all. Okay, now, repeat your question. I'm sorry.
Can you explain to the community how long the process is going to be? How do I do it?
Well, see, it would be 1.5 to 2 years possibly. And that's why what I'm saying is that this is going to be an uphill battle. I'm not going to say this is going to be a cakewalk because it's not. And that's why I keep stressing that this family has to have the creme de la creme ability. Period, point blank, stuff. All right? Yes, ma'am.
I noticed that it was just a generic appeal, and it did not include a submission statement.
Because it's by an appointed appellate lawyer. That's why we putting this out right now. So we can ensure we get the creme de la creme, so we get him off.
So once that is done, and you do a new appeal, you can include a submission statement.
Well, see, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't answer that. Okay, so I can't speak on nothing legal about that because I'm not a lawyer. All I can tell you is what we're gonna do as a community and as an activist, and what we're gonna do to help galvanize and help give leverage to that legal team. No, not right now, honey. No. Save that for when we get to the appeal process. Thank you. All right, I'm not taking no more questions. I'm done, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate you.
So, what we need to say, let's say his name. Carmelo! You coming home, baby. You just hold on. Thank you. Oh, yeah, and then also, now let me make sure you understand we have another press conference that's coming up that we're doing at noon.
Okay, I think this may be
Abuse, right? Y'all see that, right?
Okay, let's see if this is the same one or a different one. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Candace Matthews, national renowned human civil rights activist, advocate, author, and also the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. I'm here with our family to surround this mother and her family. We're here in Collin County once again because they all the time got some shit going on here. Okay, now we on this CPS judge, Lindsay Wynn. Okay, Lindsay Wynn. This mother has a biracial child.
Okay, so that's something different. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. I think that was the only two I had on here. It may be another one down the list, but we're gonna skip that one. Oh, that she's coming for a family court judge on this one, y'all. We might go back to that one at a later date. All right, now let's get into Dominique. We're gonna get into Dominique Alexander at this point. Dominique Alexander. Now we reacted to the interview he did with Nick at night. Hey Nanya, girl, yes, girl, that's okay. They all right. Long as they ain't disrespectful or racist, they can stay. Oh, and another thing, disrespectful. Listen, minds, being disrespectful, racist statements or the N word. I can't have the N word going throughout my chat. So y'all see, I'm looking for the N word. Y'all just pay attention to the other ones because I know it's a lot. All right, so we're gonna continue. We're not gonna get distracted because we got to get caught up, right? So y'all heard what she had to say about the DA and the judge. We're gonna get more into that too as well. But let's now listen to Dominique. Dominique Alexander, who was the come to find out, y'all. Ooh, I'll talk about that when we get into what he got to say. But we reacted to the interview he did on Nick at Night. Hey, Mama T, on Nick at Night. Now, this one he went and did on his own channel, y'all. So we're gonna listen to him speak. He's not being interviewed. He's just sitting here talking, and he's on his own channel. Let's listen to what he got to say.
they can. It's not about you just attacking Dominique Alexander. Hello, everyone. This is Minister Dominique Alexander. I wanted to do this live and be able to talk to the community, to keep the community informed, engaged in this process and in this next chapter in regards to the fight for Carmelo Anthony. Yesterday was a very hard day for me because Carmelo Anthony wasn't a hashtag to me. Carmelo Anthony wasn't just a situation that I was upset about. Carmelo Anthony was a young man that was almost like my nephew, a person I was ready to take a bullet for, a person that I got to know very well, a family, a mother, Kayla Hayes, a father, Andrew Anthony, that I became very close with. They are like family to me. I was the first organization to reach out to support and help this family. And we did.
See, that's why it's kind of hard for me to listen to this dude, because I see through the bullshit, right? And I see how he's making everything, even though he's coming out using the Carmelo Anthony and what happened with Carmelo Anthony, right? But he's using it for his own, purposes and gain. Like, he cannot speak about this case without keeping it on Carmelo, his family, in the case. He gotta, Miss B, you know I call out bullshit, right? Yeah, me. Come on. And it's all about him promoting his organization. It's all about him patting himself on the back because he was there for the family, this, and the third. But what I come to find out, and what Neek told us, and I don't know if I played that little clip for y'all. Well, I think I need to. Well, she did. Yes, I did. Because she talked about how he no longer had ties like that to the family. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they recognized his fuck shit. I don't know. But they ain't beefing or nothing like that. But from what I understand, he no longer really had ties with them. But let's listen to what he had to say. Let's listen.
Everything we possibly could do as an advocacy organization, not a law firm. We don't have attorneys that literally work directly with our organization. We have attorneys that are general counsels, legal directors, and different things. But our organization is not a law firm. We can only support, advise families during this process. Like I said before, I've been doing this for more than 12 years now, committed to social change in America, locally and abroad. I've tried to make sure that I stood up for families in so many different ways. Yes, I'm a person that have been through some things in life. Yes, I have a background. My background is what empowers me to be the leader that I am and relate with families when they find themselves in situations. I've served as the president of the Next Generation Action Network. But, what I've never been involved in is going back and forward with people via like social media. And some of my people and supporters being like, Dominique, stop explaining yourself, stop doing this, stop whatever. But I want to make sure that it's on the record and video so that everybody can share, know the facts, know what went on, and going from there. When I reached out to this family on Friday of the week of when this situation happened in April 2025, they literally did not have anything that they could possibly do. They didn't know what to do, how to do, whatever it may be. There were an attorney that I called in to go to Carmelo to say, sit back, hush, don't say nothing, be quiet, don't talk to nobody. In that situation, as an organizer and a person who is experienced, you would use a personal injury lawyer because when you are a bar card attorney, your conversations is privileged when you go and visit someone. So that allows the jail facility to automatically pull that person out so that that lawyer can speak with them to ensure that you can protect the case until a permanent attorney is placed on the case, right? And so that attorney was Kim T. Cole, who was our general counsel. Kim T. Cole is a civil attorney, not a criminal attorney. Another attorney was brought in by someone else named Billy Clark. However, those individuals were not to serve as the permanent attorney. This was the decision of yet the family. After a couple of days, there was a thing called a writ filed. A writ is something that is filed when you are trying to request a bond hearing. And what happened in this situation is that writ was filed and it was pulled to be going in front of Judge Angela Tucker. Angela Tucker was not the attorney assigned, a judge assigned to the case. She was only presiding over the writ. And in that situation, she reduced Carmelo Anthony's bond to $250,000. Around that time, I reached out to one of my good friends at No Limit Bail Bonds here in Oak Cliff, where I'm born and raised, and asked him and said, hey, I need your help. I need you to bond him out. And he answered that call. And I'm forever grateful to Pastor Corey Tony, people who I was able to call and depend on when this first happened. We were able to get his bond down to 250. We came here, we went back. I told the family, we're not going to walk him outside with whatever they finna throw on him. Go get his suit. And we're gonna hold off releasing him because all of these cameras is in front of there, and I'm not finna allow this baby to be walking out in no jumpsuit. That suit that you saw Carmelo Anthony in.
This right here for me. It's the talking about the suit and what you did, how you took the suit up there and walked him out in the suit seat. All that to me is irrelevant to what's actually going on right now. He's doing too much. Like with his suit, okay, so you made sure he didn't walk out, this and that and the third, looking this and that and the third. We get it, but that is minute compared to him being locked up, him being railroaded, and evident. You gotta talk about the facts of the case. Let's not be talking about a suit and this and that and the third, and your organization did this and your. Come on, bro. Like keep it on the facts.
Was his prom suit, trying to make sure that the way that they were continuing to plaster him and call him a thug and all these different types of things, that it wasn't displayed. But if I bring you back into the conversation, that weekend, the family had more than 20 to 48 hours to pick an attorney. That attorney had to be hired by Monday morning in order for that person to go on Tuesday and get a writ. This family didn't have a full process of being able to select an actual attorney. There were recommendations coming from everywhere about different attorneys. As an advocacy organization, I can only literally make sure that families meet with who they want to meet with. If they don't want to meet with that attorney, I can't force them to meet with that attorney, right? And when they meet with an attorney, I cannot be present because I do not have attorney-client privilege. So the notion that Dominique Alexander had something or whatever, blah, 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 I wasn't even present. That's not something that I can be present with while an attorney is speaking with a family. I can introduce, I can whatever it may be, but that's their choice. And in this situation, there were more than a couple of different Black attorneys that they met with, and there was a white attorney that they met with. Some of the Black attorneys, the family could not afford their fees, but that's the prerogative of that attorney and their fees. And we have to respect that and what they want to be able to have their thing returned. I hear a lot of attorneys saying, I would have done this for free, I would have did this. Well, I didn't get that call. My phone number and email is on every public profile I have. I have a mean hang-up game, so I don't care about someone knowing my social media or knowing my phone number or my email or whatever. They're public. You can go on my Facebook and get it. You can go on my X, you can get it. You can go on TikTok and you can go on Instagram. It's in the contact section. So for somebody to say, I was trying to do this, baby, show me a text message and a receipt where you reached out to Dominique Alexander. And if you didn't reach out to me, please keep my name out your mouth. The reality of that situation, and I'm only doing this because as a leader, it's important that we be transparent in the process. And I'm only trying to make sure that I correct the record. I'm not going back and forward with different people saying this, saying that. Listen, this is a case that I would have took a bullet for and whatever it may be. So after this family met with these different attorneys, they then made a decision that they critically had to. I can hear everybody saying, why did they have white attorneys and blah, blah, blah. There was no indicator that that type of case was going to be presented. I can talk to the family, but I cannot be bigger than the show. I'm advocacy. advocacy and legal separate things. My job is to make sure that I reach out to the Frisco Police Department to make sure that they understand that they have a responsibility to protect this family. And this family is getting threats. This family is getting docked. This family is having people come outside their house. That's what y'all saw me do when I met with the assistant police chief of Frisco and the deputy of Frisco, demanding them that the next generation to ensure definitely, because I cannot move this family overnight. Raising the resources for not only the legal process, but also being able to move this family. And I said to someone the other day, I said, what did you want me to be? You wanted me to be the security? You wanted me to be the realtor? You wanted me to be the PR? You wanted me to be this? You even want me to be the lawyer? And one of those things I cannot do because I do not have a bar card. I tried to do exactly what I could do to support my organization, my staff.
So I see what this is, and I see why he did it in his own, his own little comfort zone, which is probably his little office or whatever. I see what he's doing here. This ain't, I'm not gonna say it's not about Carmelo, because it's absolutely about Carmelo, but what he's doing here is defending himself. This is about him. This is not about the case. To be honest, the family has pretty much denounced him. They just ain't did it publicly. But I see what this is right here. You know what I'm saying? This is him defending himself, low key, letting the people know, look, I'm not the one that ordered it. I'm not the one that hired or sought out that white lawyer the family did. They chose him. They chose him. They chose him. They chose him. So just listen very carefully to see. He real strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. We see it too. But like I said, this ain't even about Carmelo at this point. It's about him and his organization. And I guess he has a right to defend himself as far as what's being said. I get it. But we see you, Dominique. We see you, dude. See, we was the ones that was giving you the benefit of the doubt, even though you got this fucked up record. We gave you the benefit of the doubt, but we're gonna keep listening. We're gonna keep listening.
Stayed up countless hours responding and doing whatever they can. It's not about you just attacking Dominique Alexander. You're attacking the men and women that literally wake up every day to fight for people that they don't even know. To fight against a world that is only going after us because of the color of their skin. And so in this situation, an attorney was hired. Did I have my reservations? Did I have my thoughts? Yes, I did. But just because somebody's coming at me on social media saying this, I'm not going to exploit my conversations with this family and what I told them. I'm not going to do that. And if you know anything about the appellate process, you will know that everything that I know needs to be preserved into that appeal. I can give my reservations. I can give my objections. Me personally, did I see eye to eye with Mike Howard on everything? No, I did not. When the family responded as to people who were getting objections to that and people that they were trying to distance them from, I can literally admit to you now on this camera that I was one of those people they were trying to distance them from, after making the objections of the attorney. And I can take responsibility for whatever I did or whatever it may be, but I'm still here, committed towards making sure that this family fights for this appeal. And just like I said the other day, I'm putting $10,000 on it. And what are you doing? So all of the people that want to say Carmelo Anthony's name now, know that I know Carmelo Anthony. He could be my son.
See, is this for me?
I know that sweet precious.
This for me. It's you. I know him. I talked to him. I spoke to him. Y'all want to come out here and defend him, but I know him. Y'all don't know him. Stop it. It don't matter. It don't matter if people that has not met him in real life or have not talked to the family in real life. It don't matter. If these people, it's like he's upset that other people are coming out now and trying to help this kid. You should be welcoming that. And not sitting up here and want to put your stake in the ground or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Being territorial. Let people help if they're going to help. Everybody know what you did. You done repeated it over and over again. You done went to this place, you done went to that place, you done went here and now, telling what your organization did, how y'all stepped up and da 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 da. We get it. But let that shit go. Cause see, at this point, the appeal process and everything else that go along with that is not your primary concern right now. Right now, your primary concern is making yourself and your organization look good or whatever. I'm just saying. I see right through you, son.
Boy. Me seeing him in a jumpsuit and a bald head, I don't want to rush to get up in front of this camera and talk to nobody. That's a baby that I was willing to die for. I did everything I possibly could do. And people want to attack me when I was there. Where were you? Why couldn't you do it? Why couldn't you answer the call? Why couldn't you go over there and stand outside their house and protect them? Why could you put your life on the line for them? We're still getting death threats. They are still calling this phone today. He's in jail and they are still not happy. And you can take your time. This is the time where we must be uniting and coming together and finding out strategies, because Dominique Alexander ain't the only one that knows the strategy. Dominique Alexander and the Next Generation Action Network can only do what we can do, what we have capacity of. And one thing we don't is have capacity of legal services. We have to have outside partners and people and connected. And many of these people and lawyers know me and know damn well that I know this process. As an organization, we don't create donation funds because we don't want to be involved in it. We do not sit in when attorneys are talking to their particular clients because we don't want to be subpoenaed. But what no, you're not finna play up on my and literally respond and come into me to act like it was a whole bunch of black attorneys, long as Lou 12, calling me and literally sitting here acting like they wanted to be this boy's attorney. That's what you're not gonna do. That's what you're not. I promise you, I will come for anybody that literally sit there and lie and literally say that they were reaching out to either me or this organization, saying, and they were a black attorney. Anybody can say something a year later. Go back on their social media post and see, did they post something about Carmelo Anthony in April of 2025? So I'm supposed to respond to clout chasing ass attorneys a year later, talking about, man, I would have done this, I would have did this strategy, I would have done, you wouldn't have done a damn thing. What? I gotta hear that, I gotta entertain that? People shooting shots that they don't know nothing about? Stupidity. This is what's wrong with black people, because everything that we can't even come together. We always got to shoot shots. And when it ain't us in front of that camera, we always got to be jealous. We always got to look at this person and critique this person like we got all the answers. And I stand.
The thing about it is, if you were not responsible for hiring an attorney and you got attorneys out here saying, I would have did this and I would have did that, and you know, for one, you're not the attorney, and for two, you didn't hire the attorneys, what are you in your feelings about? I don't understand this dude, y'all. Like, honestly, he a little simp. Not a little, he getting on my nerves. He's crying. He's crying at this point. This is another example of a person that's supposed to be this and that and the third and getting, you know, in their fees about comments or shit being said. If it's a lie, why entertain the lie? Why are you constantly going live or going to interviews trying to defend something that you said you wasn't a part of? Make it make sense. Your ass just want to come out and say, look, I wasn't the dumb motherfucker that hired Mike Howard, and it ain't my fault. It was the parents. Just say it. Get it out. Let it go. And keep it pushing. Damn.
I don't have all the answers.
Exactly, Tony.
I don't. I've never stood in front of anybody and said, I got all of the answers. No, I don't. And so what went on in that courtroom, I am just as shocked as everybody else. What went on in that courtroom. I was a spectator just like anybody else in that courthouse. And so right now, y'all, people sitting here saying Dominique fired black attorneys to hire the white ones, and Dominique Alexander doesn't have the capacity, the power, nor is it his decision to hire or fire. That is not my decision. That Carmelo Anthony is not my son.
Ooh.
But as I move forward,
he's not your son, but you sat up there talking about, I knew him, I know him, that baby, I couldn't stand to see him in the job. Man, bye.
And as we continue to call on people to support this family, we are right now trying to find a crowdfunding source to be able to raise money, because many people of you know that Give, Send, Go took the platform down. And now we're trying to look for a crowdfunding so that the family can set up that fund. Because like I said, our organization's policy is that we do not have or set up family crowdfunding, GoFundMe sources. We just don't do that because that becomes very messy. And so as we're waiting on that, and then the family is doing their process of selecting an appellate attorney. And let me make very clear on social media that most of all of the appellate attorneys, that even the black attorneys are sending me, they're all white. So I don't know how social media wants of me, but since 2014, as an organization, when we first started, we used to have to focus on correcting media sources, Fox 4, NBC5, WFAA, CBS, all these different people. Now we got to focus on because the day and age of social media, we have to focus on bloggers and people that we don't even know exist, because they'll get in front of a camera like this and they'll speak so passionately, and they'll run and they'll just say whatever they wanted to say. And then we having to respond to stupidity. It's a blogger out there saying, I fired Kim Cole. This woman don't even know Kim Cole is the organization's general counsel. She's not a civil attorney. But you want me to respond to that stupidness? Man, this is crazy. And right now, it's like people are literally taking up time talking about minutia, stupidity. And I ain't got no time to be focused on that stupidness. There is a family, y'all. I'm literally trying to be able to be there mentally for this family that so many people not understanding. They just saw their baby with a jumpsuit and a bald head. They're trying to comprehend what's going on, but at the same time, dealing with grief. I personally can't even sleep at night. But Andrew and Kayla is dealing with. And I can't be selfish to taking up their time, and they're dealing with so many different emotions. And the fact that yesterday everybody couldn't do nothing but reach out to me and say, did you see this? Sending me the mug. Why in the hell would you think I would want to see that? Why? And I'm only being candid with you guys because I just got to keep it real with y'all. Why in the hell would you?
We actually do have Nanya, in the content that we did when this first happened back a year or so ago, when the incident first happened and it first hit the news or whatever. This guy actually does have it's a fact. He got a history, he got a record. Don't know exactly what happened in there. He claims, he didn't. It's actually documented that he has charges or had charges filed against him when it came to that. But when we first initially heard about this guy, or he initially came into the picture, we didn't not to say we didn't talk about it, we didn't recognize that it was, but it didn't have anything to do with him being a representative for the family. So basically what I'm saying is we said, okay, he got a history, he got a past, okay, let's just pay attention to what he's going to do as far as this case is concerned. You know what I'm saying? We basically, what we didn't do is just not throw him out because he had even though the charges are I was more focused on what he was doing for this family, his history, his past, what he was convicted of years ago. We didn't hold it against him, right, Tanya? We just paid attention to what he was so called doing for the family. That's it, and that's all. And still ain't gonna hold it against him. I still ain't gonna hold that against him. I'm gonna hold against him that I see now what he's up to and what he's trying to do. I will say that.
I think I would want to see that. I went against security advice. I went against the advice of my staff and walked out with Carmelo Anthony when he was released from jail, making sure he gets safe, get home safe. This is not a hashtag for me. I know Carmelo. And I know Andrew. And Andrew is a man that will fight like hell for his family. From man to man goes out to my brother, to a person that I has gotten to know, and you would think when we be on the phone, you would think we've known each other for our entire life. And as a man, my heart goes out to him. Because when you have the world critiquing everything and every decision that you made, it's hard. But I can tell you that Andrew Anthony would have fought like hell fought like hell every and each day. And when we created this fund, we thought that Andrew would one day be able to go back to his job. But he wasn't able to do that because Jeff Metcalf and his supporters, the father of Austin Metcalf, was literally going to this man's job in order to get him fired.
Wow.
So what our plan was for a man that was literally making a good living for his family to be able to take care of his family to one day go back to work was blown up because a person that everybody wanted to say, hey, you should have kept into this press conference was showing up everywhere. He just didn't show up at the press conference. The only reason why you know about the press conference is because there was 17 cameras there. But he wasn't just showing up there. But even in that press conference that we held that people want to criticize, and I end with this last nugget. We held that press conference because there were media sources that then grew to national. You had TMZ, CNN, Fox News, all of these people saying the family went and bought a house, a car. When the picture that they got from Carmelo Anthony sitting on the Lexus literally said 2020.
And see, even back then, like I said, to even entertain that notion, you got to be either ignorant or just don't give a fuck about the truth. Because everybody knows that you cannot purchase no house. You can't purchase no house in days or even weeks. Sometimes, hell, not even months. That's the process. Just because these folks got this lump sum of money, which is still sitting there, which is for their son's defense. See, ain't nobody talking about the fact. Let's talk about it, right? So ain't nobody talking about the fact that, okay, we get it. The Metcalfs have to bury Austin. Lord rest his soul. We get it. You know what I'm saying? He should not be gone. Absolutely not. But them folks had up GoFundMe's and shit and collected thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars beyond even laying him to rest. Even the GoFundMe that's up, I don't know if it's the dads or the moms, but they don't even say anything about using money to even lay him to rest. It's to help them heal. How in the fuck does money help you heal? If you ain't all about money and you love your son and you just want your son back, money ain't gonna help you heal. These folks still to this day collecting money off their son's back. For what though? He's gone. They've laid him to rest. What they need money for? Now we can see Carmelo Anthony family still raising money because they still got to pay for lawyers to appeal to get their son out of the system. But you got the Metcalfs who still to this day is collecting money off of the death of their son. And they not only have one account up, they got two. One for the daddy and one for the mom. Because they ain't together. You rarely hear that mentioned. That these people ain't even together. Allegedly, he was abusive. She got a whole new man. She got a fund up. He got a fund up. They still collecting money off the death of their son. Ain't nobody talking about that, though. What are they still collecting money for? I'm just saying. Facts are the facts.
23. This happened in 2025, and they deliberately lied and said they bought a house. But at this time, because of the pressures that was going on, they literally, and I'm reading this thing, so that's why I apologize, y'all. But because of the pressures that were going on, Judge Tucker didn't automatically believe it, but she was really taking in consideration. And if she found that to be true, she would have violated and held the bonds insufficient. So we had to hold the press conference so that the testimony we did in the bond hearing was actual factual, and that the dad did not get on the stand and commit perjury. Because at this time, when we got Carmelo out of jail, when we did the press conference, you heard Give Sing Go put a press release out saying that the family did not even have access to the fund.
Wow.
I said from the very beginning, I was not trying this case, or I was not going to run back and forward and be able to beat this case in the court of public opinion. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to do that. I wouldn't. I said that was going to be my last press conference with that family, and that was my last press conference with that family. And it was only because those lies, because we're in a red county with a Republican judge, something that maybe in Dallas County wouldn't even get a light of day, it got a light of day in Fox News because those right-wing sources that were getting those information is Judge Tucker's constituency. And no matter whether I believe or agree with the politics or whatever it may be, that was what we were dealt with. And in that situation, here comes Austin Metcalf's dad. And I had to immediately call attorneys and the courts to see if that was appropriate. And all of the answers I got was no. So what did I do? I notified DPD that he needed to be escorted out of the thing. I had more than 11 security people and personnel through here that could have taken him away. I didn't do that. I let the authorities handle it and step back and allow this process to go on. And so while many people thought that some kind of way I was being ugly to the dad, I did not invite the dad to my private facility in my private office. And so if you wanted him to come and pray at your office, then you invite him to your office. I didn't ask him to come here. And that's not me being insensitive. That was a media availability in a private office, not a public facility. So with that being said, we're moving forward as we get responses from the actual family on crowdfunding and where they're going with the appellate. And mind you, that is not a process that NGAN is over. NGAN is only playing a supportive role. We are only one organization. If your organization want to help, if you a blogger, if you an influencer, if you a celebrity, or you a regular day citizen, baby, listen, you ain't got to like Dominique Alexander or like Next Generation Action Network to fool with this family. Okay? Everybody that has contacted with this dad or mother, they ain't had to go through Dominique Alexander. If you want to fool with this and you don't want to fool with me, baby, you do not have to fool with me, baby. And I'm not going to lose any sleep by you not doing that. I really give 0. And so I just say to people, I'm born and raised in Oak Cliff, and I'm gonna tell you right now, yeah, I'm a leader and all that type of stuff, but I want all the smoke. Don't play with me. Don't play with my name.
That is one of my things, baby. Look, don't be there for me. Don't do for me. Don't offer me. Don't offer help. Don't offer this and the third. And I got to hear about it later. And you got to use it to make yourself look. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I agree with you. I agree with you, Miss B. For real. Keep it. I don't want you around. It's a reason why. It's a reason why these folks ain't really dealing with him today. We probably never know the reason. Maybe we will. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom T. It was a lot going on, girl. It was a lot going on. I knew I had missed some people, but welcome to everybody in the chat. New people, old people, trolls. Like say you can type, but be respectful. All right. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen. Double tap that screen like the live stream, okay? But yeah, I don't like that. Like this man, the more and more he speaks, and this ain't the only. We got something else where he's been like he been around here. I think he done did more interviews or whatever than the parents. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Y'all support the channel. Hit that cash app. Support your girl. This channel, as y'all see, for anybody that paid attention, this channel at this point is not monetized at all either. So yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I ain't gonna get into it. Just know YouTube on that fuck shit. But guess what? Truth gonna keep it pushing because that's what I do. And just know that in a month or so, I'll say a month or so, I'm gonna give it that long. All three of my channels will be monetized. All three again. Just stay tuned. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, just hit the cash app. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Don't play with my name, baby. Don't do that because I done fought hard as hell to make sure that I stand up for these families. Don't play with my name. Do play.
I try, and this ain't got nothing to sidebar. Sidebar. This ain't got nothing to do with the case, but it got a lot to do with him. Tanya, girl, I'm gonna talk to you about it because I know you know. But thank you, Miss B. I appreciate it, girl. Listen. I ain't gonna get into it. I may talk about it over there in Simpleville, but we got pressing issues over him. But yeah. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but it's him and this baby. I don't know too many men that say baby. Now I know some men that say baby like that, but they are of a particular group of people. Like this man sit up here, he talking to us. He talking about what baby, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know too many men that do that. But listen here, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. Dominique, keep it going, child. Keep it going.
With somebody else, play with your mama, your grandma. Don't play with me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, waste my time, my energy, my this, that, and third. And I know there's a lot of people that's gonna spank my hand for saying this or whatever. But you can, I can tell you what you can do. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna play that game with you. I fight very hard in this office every day.
Girl, you made me choke on my damn water. Taya, not light in the loafers. I wasn't gonna say it. But I keep hearing him do that. He keep doing it. And I don't know too many men that talk like, not straight men, that talk like that. It be us women talking about baby this and baby that. Lord, Dominique, hush.
To respond, to give support to families every day of my life. I sacrifice a lot for my family to be this person. And you don't see everything in front of the cameras because they don't. But I want you to know one thing about me before you come after Dominique Alexander, go to my hood, go where I'm from, because the impact of my work you can feel as soon as you walk through it. Please put some respect on my name. Please don't play with me in that magnitude. I am not going to respond to stupidity and bloggers that only want to clickbait and only want more followers. This is not a following to me. This is real. There's a baby that is in a jail cell. And so right now, lastly, there is, we're waiting on the family to create the actual donation link and what they want to do on how people can donate to them. We're waiting on that. But I ask people to be patient in that process because I have to be patient with them. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people calling. They got their family. They're trying to process a lot of stuff. And so valid news sources. You got JD Mal, CBS 11 that they did something with yesterday. That talked to him. The Shade Room, the Breakfast Club has talked to him. There are other people, but all of these people saying that they talked to him. And let me make this very clear. And this is the last thing. If you talk to this family, and this is one of the things that Andrew Anthony hates the most. If you talk to this family, you do not have to rush to social media to tell the world that you talk to this damn family.
That's what you doing. Wait a minute. You can't condemn people for you. Listen. That's what you doing? Wow.
Please respect their privacy. Please help them. But you don't have to tell the world.
I can't do nothing with
Let it get somewhere. Let them through the process of going through the process and let them make a decision. But you don't have to do that. And so right now, they are considering appellate attorney. Mike Howard is no longer the attorney. That is a decision of the family right now. Their angle from their appellate process right now, y'all, we have to get records and all of that. And the appeals lawyers have to do different things with that and review that. It's an entire process. I cannot go back and forward whether they can do this, they can file for insufficient counsel, all of it. That's not my lane, y'all. I can only allow the attorneys to do what they do and hope to God that they get to the right attorneys. I am not a lawyer. Let me in with that. I's not a lawyer. let me say it in other kind of way. I run a human and civil rights organization, the Next Generation Action Network, that does advocacy and bring to light social injustice, not only here in North Texas, but across this country. We have an education division, we have a legal advocacy fund, and we have a social welfare department. We have a mutual aid fund. We have all of these different support features for families. We are not a law firm. We got good ideas. We got good connections. I know a lot of people. I know how to get here, but it's ultimately each and every last one of my family's choices to hire whoever they hire. And so with that being said, like I said, I'm here. I'm going to continue to support and play my role for this Anthony family. And I hope, like hell, that you play your role and not worry about Dominique Alexander. I'm the least of your worries. I should not be your subliminal post. If you're going to post something about me, put a name on it and say it with your whole chest. Don't do that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I ain't going to play them games, because what I ain't finna do, I know I'm true to this work. And what I ain't finna do is go back and forth with you. God bless. I hope that you guys continue to support this family. I know that there is a community that is hurting. I know that their family hurting. I cannot speak to the stupid lies. I did whatever I could. And this is my transparent moment to being able to talk and tell you everything that go on. Did I object to the attorneys? Did the family hire Mike Howard? Yes. Did the family hire Toby Shook? No. Mike Howard brought in Toby Shook. Was I in legal?
You done said this way before you even did. This is like the second or third. You did the other ones was interviews though, but you keep saying, you keep wanting to stress that you're not the one that hired Mike Howard. We get it. I mean, why you gotta keep saying it? Why you gotta keep coming out here repeating the same shit? We get it. Damn. They hired him. They fucked up. He was on the tape. We get it. You didn't do it. Let it go.
Strategies, were I a part of the trial prep? No. So how is it that social media wants me to answer for something that I was not privy to?
You mean to tell me with your educated wannabe superhero ass is sitting here pleading your case to social media? Are you okay? Like, you people y'all get on my fucking nerves. You crybaby ass motherfuckers that want to come out here on social media, entertain social media, flaunt on social media, use social media as a damn outlet. Then you sitting here, you mean to tell me all this is because social media? Why you ain't coming out here defending what the hell your records say, what they when they was talking about you hurting a child? You want to come out here and plead your case about not hiring a lawyer when everybody with motherfucking good sense know it had to be them parents that hired the lawyer and paid the lawyer. But I don't get it. How you people come out here and so sensitive to what's being said in social media. Like social media is the fucking court of law. Are you okay, man? Now you really look like a crybaby to me, and you getting on my fucking nerves. My God, today.
I am not allowed to have access to that. And it's beyond stupidity that someone would even think that.
And that's why you shouldn't be entertaining it. That's why you shouldn't be out here pleading no case for it. Because it's stupidity. Just like motherfuckers saying them folks bought a house within a week of getting some money. You focused on the wrong thing.
Assistant, I am not protected by attorney-client privilege. I don't have access to that. So people asking me questions, it's the same questions I have. Why didn't they call this person to the stand? Why didn't they call this witness to the stand? I got the same questions.
Not
the same one.
Desiree.
I'm asking the same question. I want to know too. What else you want me? I want to know too. You want to know? I want to know. Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they put?
I wish with all the talking that you're doing and all defending yourself that you're doing, what you just see, you pussy. I'm going to just say it, Dominic, you pussy. Because there's so many things you want to come out and say, but you are indirectly saying it. And if you're a man that stand on you and stand on business, you ought to be able to come out here and say, look, I did not hire the lawyers. The parents hired the lawyers. They fucked up and hired the wrong lawyer. You'll come out here and say, you'll come out here and say, Mike Howard didn't do his job. He didn't defend Carmelo. But you going all around the mulberry bush to put certain things out there, but you won't just directly come out and say it. You pussy. Point blank. You couldn't represent my dog, and I ain't even got no damn dog. Just saying.
One witness on the citizens. Why wasn't it more people in there? Why
stand on business? You don't stand on business.
Wasn't an expert who called? I want to know too.
Hey, Malika.
If y'all want that answer, call Mike Howard. Call Toby Shook. Not me. Don't hit me. Don't hit the black person. Don't be, he should have had black attorneys in
you want to play? Oh, don't hit the black person. Man, shut the hell up. Shut up.
The only person you can some kind of way
you want to play victim. Is that what we doing here, Dominique? Are you sitting up here wanting to play victim? You're not the victim. Carmelo is the victim. All right? Stop it.
Attack is the black man. Go talk to them white boys.
What damn?
Don't talk to me. I wasn't the attorney. Judge Roach he never saw me. I never had a conversation with these people. What in the hell are you asking me these questions for? What? Please help me understand. Why? Why are you asking me the questions?
Why are you entertaining the questions? Sugarfoot? Why are you entertaining the questions? You are pleading your case to social media. Who don't give a damn? Social media don't give a damn about evidence, the truth. They love the lies. The lies is more entertainment. They're more messy.
So, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. I just wanted to make sure that we continue. So to God be the glory. We're going to continue to do whatever we need to do.
Okay? Yes, to God be the glory. Get on with it, sir.
Something with the question? Different question? Yeah. So, so in Devontae Peters, no. Mike Howard was suggested by multiple different things. When the family, so that people know, when the family asked me about Mike Howard in this link that people were sending of attorneys that practice in Collin County, Mike Howard was one of several different attorneys' links in website. They asked me, did I know this person? I said, no, I did not know Mike Howard. I knew of him. I know people who know him, right? Do you want to meet with him? Yes. Okay. Let me get some contacts and go from there. That's it. That's their decision. Thank you for asking me that question, Devontae. Thank you for asking me that, Devontae Peters. And so just asking question, why are you setting up a press conference in front of the court? I'm not setting up a press conference in front of the court. That's not me. I'm right here. I have not been back to Collin County. That's the problem with a lot of people, is when somebody is doing something out there in Collin County, they think that is me, and that's not me. I'm not there. I'm at my office in Dallas, Texas. Are you able to speak about why Black jurors' perspectives were eliminated during the pooling process? I don't know. I've literally, that's one of the things that the appellate attorney is going to have to, no, I got it. I'll read. That's one of the things that that I have a question to. You know what I mean? Like, what was that process? All that type of stuff or whatever. The Black jurors that were striked, all of that type of stuff. It's, you know, that's one of the hard things. Yeah, and that's one of those questions that I need answers to. And so Mello should have had testified. Mello testifying, man, you know, that's his right. I don't know the decision making. If you knew anything about that process, you knew that there was an 1.5-hour break over top of lunch, on the top of lunch, where everybody was trying to find out what was going on. And I'm only going to take a few questions. They railroaded him. Do I agree that process was unfair, that the whole court system, how their rulings, their pretrial motions, all that type of stuff? Yes. How they did it? Yes, I agree with you. You're just an activist who holds officials accountable and bring awareness to unjust cases. That's all I do.
It's on his channel. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. It said Minister Dominique Alexander. It's on YouTube. Hold on. I'm gonna be sure, Malika. Where is it? Hold on. Yeah. Minister Dominique Alexander. That's the name of the channel. It's on his channel in his office. This is not an interview. This is just him doing a live. He's doing a live stream from his office on his channel.
Christopher Greer spoke right on head with that's what I do. Wrap it up, Minister. Video long as a sermon. Come on, Big Auntie. Give me some, come on, Big Auntie. But other than that, y'all, I just wanted to ask the question so that whenever somebody and I want to thank my media person, Director Jeremy, because we've been sitting in front of these high ass lights. Excuse my French, but other than that, I just wanted to do a video where people can share this to people, where they can literally look at this and know exactly what's going on. Is every decision that I make perfect? No. Is there sometimes we make mistakes in the movement? Yes. Did I foresee that they would blow this trial up this bad? Even though I disagreed with certain things and wanted the family to either add an attorney or move on, I didn't think it would be this bad. I just felt like ideologies and approaches may be different based on what I was receiving, what their approach was going to be. But at the end of the day, I had to look at that just like anybody else and sit back and take our interpretation. But I want people to understand, there was only 50 people that was allowed inside of this courtroom. And the way that you would have people on social media talking, you would think that they had this damn trial in a damn stadium. Because when I saw people going inside that courtroom, it was only 50. And guess what? It wasn't no cameras in there. So you took everybody's interpretation of what happened. So, man, I'm getting some of this stuff just like y'all are getting. I don't know, y'all.
Speaking of that, Dominique, you was down there in Collin County when this was going on, when the trial was going on, because you was in front of cameras and shit. I saw that. Why weren't you trying to go inside the courtroom to hear what was going on? For a person who alleges that his organization funded money for certain expert witnesses and certain witnesses and things of that sort, you would think that you would have wanted to be inside that courtroom. Why were you not inside the courtroom instead of outside entertaining the media? You know, it was a select amount of people that was allowed into the courtroom, but it seemed like to me The same way Nika at night said she was there every morning at 6 a.m. to get inside that courtroom. Why weren't you there at 6 a.m. to get inside the courtroom? Seems like to me, you of all people, besides the parents and the family members, would want to be inside that courtroom. Just a question, Dominique, since you entertaining, questions and shit of that nature. I would like to know the answer to that. Why weren't you inside the courtroom to hear and see exactly what was going on? Because you said you was listening to everybody else talk about what was going on. Why weren't you there? Look, if my organization, my family, whoever, if we invest some money in something or somebody, we want to see what we invested in and see if we get returns on it. So if your organization funded certain things to go on and those certain things weren't going on, why in the hell weren't you there in the courtroom to see it? Just asking. Dominique, y'all do know Dominique could be a man or a lady's name. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, Sugarfoot, keep talking.
But to God be the glory. Like, you ain't got to like me. You ain't got to like the organization. You ain't got to agree with everything that I do. You ain't got to know me. But just know one thing I ain't going to ever do. I'll be pro-black to the day that I die, and I will never, ever, 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 ever forgive or apologize for it. I will always stand up for my people and make sure that I never back down to address it. And guess what? One thing about me, and if you look at my track record, I'm in for the long haul. I'm here from day one with families, and I'll be there until the day that they do not need me any longer. And after that, we locked in for life. And Andrew and Caleb, they are locked in for life. And guess what? If you come for this family, you coming for me. And I want all the smoke today. To God be the glory. And that's kind of diabolical to end with that. But you heard what I said. To God be the glory.
Sir?
And I ask that everybody continue to pray for this family and be supportive and do whatever you can. Jeremy, you can give out that laptop so you can end this. But other than that, I want to thank everybody for just giving me about 10 minutes of your time, even though Patricia Jones said it was long, but it had to be in order for me to get it all out. And so to God be the glory. Peace. See y'all later.
Another one. And this is recent. I mean, I just saw this. Let me see. Okay. Y'all, we in here. We still going. So let me get to. He just did another interview, and I'm finna find it. Oh, this might be the one we end on today, but not for sure. We still might. Yeah, here's another one. He did this one here recent, y'all, in the last couple of days. He said, Rain. I'm gonna share out this person's life.
All this y'all need to do with
this channel so y'all can go over there and support. But listen, here's Dominique again.
With Dominique, all right?
That's the name of the channel. I think it's Rain 214 Water. I'm gonna share them out so y'all go support.
Hey man, I had to go with Dominique, all right? Mm-hmm. You the man of the hour.
Oh man. Don't be the man of the hour, but
when you were sitting up in your office, you halfway kind of looked like a businessman. That's Mo3 Manager, really. When you were sitting, you got a whole nother persona going on sitting up here with Mo3 Manager. You kind of look halfway like a YN sitting up there with your leg. You know what, people? Let me hush and let y'all listen to this shit. Hey, Black Legend in here. Hey, Black Legend. Not the new Al Sharpton. Y'all is killing it in this chat. Let's listen to Dominica.
We're doing the work we can.
Like, and I sit there and watch everybody. They blaming you.
There we go. Here we go.
They blaming you.
Here we go.
And I did my research. It seemed like you stick your neck out every time when tragic strike. If people didn't know,
tragedy strike, maybe not when tragic strike. Wait a minute. You mean when tragedy strikes? Okay, true. Stop it. Let it play. Just stop it now.
The Mo3 event downtown, the balloon release, you set it up. The family, nobody else set it up. You set it up. And I'm watching this situation right now. Was you the first to jump on it?
First one to help this family. First sense of hope and possibility. First person to tell the family, hey, I'm gonna do my best to do whatever I can. You know what I mean? When we first contacted this family, they were getting death threats. They were getting people coming to their house, surrounding them. They didn't know what was going on. They hadn't talked to their son just quite yet. They really didn't understand the level of magnitude. Mind you, we're getting this situation, and I want to tell people all the time, as a human and civil rights organization, Next Generation, Next Network, this is normally a case that we wouldn't get involved with.
Why?
Because this is normally just a criminal case where a situation happens, and a situation, whatever, unless a family called us or direct us, we really had people reaching out to us about this case and saying, hey, can you help this kid, and going out because of the racial tones that were going on. Like,
it took a week.
No, but it was the day, it was the night. It was the night. The night that this tragedy happened. You reached out. No. I didn't. I reached out the Friday that it happened, like two days, like a day. So right when this happened, you see WFAA and you see all these reporters and people and comments, and you see these right wing commentators, Megyn Kelly and all these people putting out all these stuff or whatever. And it's like, why do you gotta be a monkey? Why do we gotta be a nigger? Why you gotta be this? Why all these threats? You know what I'm saying? So everybody's seeing this, North Texas, everything, and like the white supremacy people just running with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should be hung, he should be shot in the head, all of this. So our organization, like, okay, whatever he did, he deserved due process. You know what I'm saying? This is before I even know the situation, know the case. Everybody deserved due process. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm knowing it of this county because I'm born and raised in Oak Cliff. I know some similarities of this county. I know that this county has a history of hanging niggas. And the reality is okay, so somebody give me in contact with this family so that I can be able to help them.
Are you did Dominica just say hanging niggas? Now I know we talk like this, you know, the lame people we talk, but you're supposed to be first of all a minister, not judging, because we all seeing it fall short of thy glory. But I'm just saying, you don't turn into a whole YN over here with the Mo3 man, but just sitting in your office, you was acting like a female. Baby, when I tell you to switch up, be real, did he just say hanging niggas? Hold on.
Due process. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm knowing it of this county because I'm born and raised in Oak Cliff. I know some similarities of this county. I know that this county has a history of hanging niggas. And the reality is okay, so somebody get me in contact with this family so that I can be able to help them the best thing I can.
So boom. So you get in contact with them.
So all your professionalism tried to display, to God be the glory, it just went out the door when you went over there with the Mo to the 3 manager. This is cute. This is cute.
The lawyers on board.
So you get 2 different situations. So when I came to the situation, there was an attorney called Billy Clark, right? And there was an attorney called Kim T. Cole. Right. And those attorneys was brought in only for the simple fact of, I don't care when I get a situation there's somebody incarcerated, the only person that can get to a person is the one with a bar card, right? And I don't care whether it's a personal injury attorney or whatever it is. Get to him, tell him to shut up. It got support out here, his family is out here, everything, right? I told the family, I said, hey, we're gonna set up your fund, we're gonna do whatever, you know what I mean? Do whatever we can, we're gonna bring in, security, all this different type of stuff. I told them, I said, hey, y'all gotta find an attorney because these attorneys are not, you know what I'm saying, the permanent attorneys. This one doesn't have experience. And Kim T. Cole, although somebody virally said, Kim T. Cole is my organization's general counsel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kim T. Cole is a good sister. Kim T. the water bill in my house is in Kim T. Cole's name. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it just the pure stupidity of theater that people saying.
Dominica, now you don't really went over there and just turned it to a whole YN. Why is your water bill in the organization's lawyer's name? You can't get a wait a minute. See, this is why I say, and I meant what I said, and this is not me bashing this man, but if I'm gonna highlight this case in the people and the players, I'm gonna keep it a book. So you mean to tell me Dominica over there, who is over this whole organization, can't get a water bill in his name? Why is your water bill in that woman's name, Dominica? Does she not have her own house to have a water bill in? Like, what do we see? You have to be real careful. You have to be real careful when you choose people to represent your family. He over there probably sagging his now over there on yonder on his channel. He had on the tightest slacks. He had on the tighter whitest in the tight slacks. Over here, he got the sagging jeans. He's sitting like he's smoking a blunt. This man is he's incognito. This man is a what you call it? Chameleon. I'm just saying. What are we doing? This man that's some ghetto type shit. So you don't went from being highly educated and smart and this and that third. Now you done just turned into a ghetto story. My ghetto story. My water bill is in. Oh, this can't get no better. Let's listen.
He fired a black woman attorney to hire permanent attorneys. This one doesn't have experience. And Kim T. Cole, although somebody virally said Kim T. Cole is my organization's general counsel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kim T. Cole is
his organization's general. They fucking. Ain't no woman putting no damn water bill in they fucking. I'm sorry. Sidebar. Your Honor. Flag on the play. Objection. Your Honor. They fucking. He fucking his general counsel. Ain't no woman putting that. Look. Come on, y'all. Let's talk woman to woman. We ain't putting our name up. Look, when a woman fucking, that they liable to be a co-sign on your car, get your lights on, get your water bill. Him and his general counsel are fucking. Period.
Good sister. Kim T. The water bill in my house is in Kim T. Cole's name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it just the pure stupidity of theater that people saying, oh, he fired a black woman attorney to hire. This woman is a civil attorney. You can go on the Texas bar thing and look civil.
So you actually brought her in just to get back there in the back to talk to him.
Just to talk to him. That's it. That was the whole purpose. That was to get him to shut up because we had just when we were sitting with the family, we had got a pastor of one community church. This is the church that they were going to right now.
Yeah.
The senior pastor never reached out to him. He said he had just left and spoke to Carmelo. And so, that's cause of alarm. What the hell are you doing back there? You know what I'm saying? He wanted a co-pastor. Right. So we like, okay, he don't need to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently they didn't send this pastor there. You know what I'm saying? To talk to him. Because how do you skip to go to visit their baby and you ain't even reached out to them? But you go to him and then reach out to him later, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, of course, it's like
that is kind of sus. Pastors can be on the take too. Let's just be clear. Some crooked ass pastors around here. 85% of the pastors and deacons and shit used to be pimps and drug dealers. I'm just saying. Some of these pastors got some stories to tell. They got a past of how they was saved and how they was redeemed because they was selling pussy and selling dope. So yeah, that is kind of sus. That their pastor or co-pastor, whoever, is going up to the prison to see or the jail to see Carmelo and ain't even reached out to the family. That's sus. Truth okay, trying to work and listen. My sister, truth upset. Oh girl, hey, amazing. Girl, listen. This is amazing. This is something else, girl. Dominica over here is just but yeah, that's kind of suspect. That is very suspect that pastor went up there. And like I said, pastors can be on the tape too. I saw a movie on Tubi. And I need to remember the name of it because I need y'all to go check it out. Cat Williams was a pastor. Maybe somebody seen it. Cat Williams was a pastor. He was a pastor. But he was I don't know if he was just say he was one of the biggest criminals in the city, and he was the pastor. Nobody knew he was the head of the organization, but he was the head of the organization. But he was a pastor. He was basically laundering the money that he was making illegally through the church. So let's not act like pastors can't be on the take and ain't doing some illegal shit. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To talk to them, because how do you skip to go to visit their baby and you ain't even reached out to them, but you go to him and then reach out to him later, right? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And so of course
I
he's
said
like,
that was a
okay,
good
let's
ass move.
shut this down. And then so
That
what
move
happened
was
was
good.
Remember,
Remember,
I leave that
old
situation and I
girl
reach out.
old girl ended up being his daughter, and he ended up being in the wheelchair because he was about that life in the past. I gotta remember the name of it. I gotta remember the name of it.
automatically to Frisco Police Department and say, hey, they getting threats, all this different types of stuff or whatever. They all this, y'all need to do whatever y'all need to do. I scheduled a meeting with them. Now, Rain, I told these people I'll come to Frisco. They came all the way to Dallas to my office to meet with me.
Right.
Lied to me and said they had a meeting at DPD. Now they ain't had no damn meeting at DPD. They said don't let this nigga come to my city. You know what I'm saying? And so they came.
Wait a minute, hold on. How many times you gonna use the N word, sir? How come you ain't use the N word? You don't went over there to the hood and just acting straight hood. Now over there in suburbia where your office was, you ain't used the N word not one time. It was to God be the glory. Now you over there to my nigga repeatedly. Y'all see how people switch up. You cannot trust everybody. This man, no wonder. This man done did a whole 360, 180, however which way you want to put it. I wasn't fooled by this phony. I ain't mad, motherfucker, from the first day. This is how they slide in to manipulate for self-wealth through the people's feelings. Let me hear. Speaking up means not being down. Come on, man. He done turned all the way hood, Tanya. This man done switched up. You can't trust people.
Hey, they getting threats, all this different types of stuff or whatever. They all this, y'all need to do whatever y'all need to do. I scheduled a meeting with them. Now, Rain, I told these people I'll come to Frisco. They came all the way to Dallas to my office to meet with me.
Right.
Lied to me and said they had a meeting at DPD. Now they ain't had no damn meeting at DPD. They said don't let this nigga come to my city. You know what I'm saying? And so they came. And so the mother and the dad reached out to me and said, hey, why aren't you in these meetings? I said, what meetings are you talking about? And there was a PR person named Casey Fox that was on this case. And she sent out a press release that Billy Clark and Kim T. Cole was the attorneys.
Right.
Everybody was like, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. This, they ain't got no experience, blah, blah, blah. And so I told the family, this is Sunday. They got a bond hearing Tuesday. Whoever you want to meet with, like, you got to find an attorney today, because if you don't want to reschedule this bond hearing, you got to. So I had them meet with another attorney, a black attorney. The first attorney I had to meet with was black. Rain asked me what the price that black attorney was. $500,000. They weren't talking until they gave him $200,000.
What the white man say?
75.
75,000?
Yeah. And so my thing was, is like, you got these reactions to this case and you act like, say, man, if it was all these nigga attorneys that wanted to go out there and help that baby, it wouldn't have been no public seating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is that as an organization, I'm not an attorney. So if you come to me and say you need my help, I have to put you in a conference room and then you meet with the attorney. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not protected by attorney-client privilege.
So people don't know you just a middleman.
You just basically, you know what I'm saying? I'm just the navigator.
People on the news looking at you like you.
No, Mama T. He did have. I thought he didn't have them meet with an attorney. No, from what I get, and you just got to listen to him, because he's stating the same things. That's why he could be telling the truth, because he's not switching up. He's repeating the same shit over and over again, or maybe he's just good at doing that. He set up meetings with attorneys that they wanted to talk to. What he's saying is he did not choose the attorneys. He did not pick the attorneys. He did not hire the attorneys. He was the family's representation, right? So the family would tell them, look, I want to meet with this such and such attorney. And he would reach out to the attorney for the family and set up the meeting. He said he was not allowed in meetings. He wasn't a part of the meetings or none of that, because there's such thing as attorney-client privilege, right? And he's not a part of that. So he was reaching out to the lawyers to set up meetings the with the parents, but they were they were their choices. The attorneys that he was calling to set meetings up with is who the parents wanted him to contact, right? So that's what he's saying.
The attorney.
That's what I'm the attorney. I'm the daddy. I'm the.
But you place yourself in there. You place yourself the face of this case.
I placed myself to make sure that this family was protected. You get what I'm saying? But if people don't sit there and educate themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? You can go on any one of my social media sites and look at this and all this type of stuff or whatever, right? When that family go in there and meet with that attorney, they tell me what that attorney said. That attorney, I'm not protected by attorney-client privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Did you do it for the money?
What money?
The 600,000 I keep hearing about.
I don't have access to that.
You said you helped them start it.
When you get it started, that fund was started by KC Fox. When you get it started, you point it to a person. It was pointed to the mother.
So the mother had access to it.
Yes, the family got the funds and had access to it and paid for the attorney.
Man, we was hearing you was buying all this shit with it.
Man, listen, whatever people want to think, you know what I mean? That's why
I think Mo3 manager's full of shit. I never heard that he was spending the money. Now, it could have been said, I could have missed it. We didn't catch everything, even though we covered the hell out of this shit when it first happened, right? I don't think I ever heard that Dominique was spending the money. Now, we did hear the lies that the family was buying cars and houses and shit, which was bullshit and bogus. But I don't think I think this Mo3 man, this manager, and I'm gonna quit saying Mo3. I'm gonna stop putting Mo3 name on it. But this particular dude, I don't know if he's just trying to, do something that calls for good TV, as they put it. I don't know, but I've never heard that. I've never heard that Dominique was spending the money. Now, we did hear the family was misappropriating funds, but not him. But okay, let's listen.
Can't keep up with the internet, the bloggers, or whatever.
You mean to tell me you to have full control of this?
No.
Was a house bought?
No, they was renting their house. And they still renting their house.
The fancy designers and all that.
Whatever. I was about to say, whatever that Anthony family had prior to.
Yeah.
The daddy was a finance manager.
Right.
So you sitting here talking about cars. When you work at a dealership, you can pull, you know people that work at a dealership, they can pull off any car in the lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but like people sitting there when they post that picture about the house in the car, that picture was 2023. The house or whatever. Hell, when I came there, I was surprised that they lived in a gated community and stuff. Because the way that you saw it online, you would have thought they was living in Section 8 or something.
So there wasn't no poor black family.
No, they were a decent family. The daddy had a good job. You know what I'm saying? And the wife, you know what I'm saying? Mother, Kayla is one of the most beautiful souls ever. You know what I'm saying? A real structured woman or whatever, take care of her kids. You know what I mean? Sweet, polite. You know what I'm saying? Every time Carmelo looked at me, he said, yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? Every time, not one time or whatever that he ever looked at me, he did not say, no, sir, yes, sir. Every last child in that house.
Well, so when you come in and the first person to represent them, helping them, did they fire you after the trial?
No.
So you're not fired right now?
You can't get fired to what you never was hired.
Yeah.
I'm the president of the Next Generation Action Network. That's a human and civil rights organization.
Right.
I report to 14 people on the board of directors and make good money in doing that. I founded this organization when I was 25 in 2014.
Gate it, Tanya. Gate it. Tanya on one today, y'all. I still ain't forgot you called this man Twinkle Toes, or was that me? It was one of us. Gated.
I work for the organization. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the organization accepts to help families when they have situations. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you help the black on black crimes?
When I can, I do.
We didn't see you out there with Zeta Wizard.
Guess what? You know why?
Why?
Because
Dallas.
But around that time when Zeta Wizard was coming, you got to remember, during this time,
Light
people don't even
lows,
understand.
yeah.
I lost my
Pretty
own
much,
son.
AKA Twinkle Toes. Now, this dude right here, he just asked a very good question about why, people like Dominique and Ben Crump and all the ones like them, why they don't show up when it's black on black crime. Well, that's a good question. It is a good question. The thing about it is, like, most of these people, First of all, they step in when they see is a whole media thing going on. Let's be clear. They love getting in front of the cameras, running their mouth, promoting their organizations and shit of that nature. But a lot of times, I think that money being one of them, of course, the media attention, the publicity and all that. But also, you got to think about it. They call themselves civil right activists. So when a crime is committed or an act is committed against a black person by a white person or white people, um, people look at it as their civil rights are being violated. So that's, to me, basically, honestly, that's why, they show up for certain things and not others. There's several reasons though, and I stated them. And that may not be all, but it's all, to me, politics. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good question.
Crimes.
When I can, I do.
We didn't see you out there with
What
Zeta
you-
Wizard.
Guess what? You know why?
Why?
Because
The West Dallas.
But around that time when Zeta Wizard was coming, you got to remember, during this time, people don't even understand. I lost my own son to violence. You know what I'm saying? And if people look at my social media,
I didn't know that, Dominique. Why we just, wait a minute, you lost your own son. Oh, wow.
around that time when Zeta Wizard was coming, you got to remember, during this time, people don't even understand. I lost my own son to violence. You know what I'm saying? And if people look at my social media or whatever, you'll see me actually having to go in front of, in Saginaw, Michigan, going for the judge and sentencing and all that type of stuff or whatever. When I first started doing activism was Black on Stop the Violence. It was after Delisa Kelly was beaten and strangled to death and found. I literally created a law in the state of Texas called the Clear Alert for victims of imminent dangers between the ages of 18 to 64. Who did the response when Siobhan Randall was found in that house, in that vacant house, and with Michael Titus years ago, right there down the street from home? You know what I mean? So the reality is, it's been a number of times. Who was there when and told them niggas on 2nd Street when that little 6-year-old got shot right there at the TMA and charged them up? You know what I'm saying? And literally brought all those Panthers down that doggone street. And so, like, bro, we've always been there. You know what I'm saying?
You only assert yourself on high profile cases just for the look.
No, because I'm gonna tell you about 80% of the work that I do, about probably 90. You never even know. You get what I'm saying? Who organized the kids to walk out of South Oak Cliff High School? Who led to a $62 million renovation? There were 600 kids. It's 1,600 kids. South Oak Cliff High School is the highest academically rated comprehensive high school in Dallas ISD right now.
Since the new building.
5 championship appearances. My name is on the building. You know what I'm saying? Who built the John Lewis Social Justice Academy, rebuild in Lincoln? Who built in the downtown Dallas school with 5, the first time in Texas where an all African-American instruction team is on that building? So if somebody want to sit here and say, man, this, I'm not just no ambulance chaser and all that type of stuff or whatever. If you know me, I prefer not to. But when I was walking out of that Collin County courtroom, I didn't say, hey, cameras, come to me.
You didn't have to. You walked out like the Black Mafia.
They didn't. But at the end of the day, the work speak for itself.
They said you drove up with a bunch of Suburbans and hopped out like the Man in Black.
But you got to realize, in this case, people not understanding what people had to go through to stand in the gap for this family. Rain, I had to move. Niggas was surrounding my house. You know what I'm saying? Apartment when I'm living downtown.
Was it worth it?
I'm sitting here with anytime I've made the personal sacrifice of my life of standing and being the president of the Next Generation Action Network, right? But I have children. I have to protect it. These people are still calling the phone today, sending death threats.
But do you feel like you failed this boy?
Let me tell you this, Rain. If anybody that helped in this situation, and if you can't have a personal complex of yourself, like a personal accountability, anytime a case comes without the outcome that I didn't want, your personal thing, you feel like you failed. Many people around me, Dominique, you did best you can. I know I did the best I can. But a personal example, when I look at a baby you saying Carmelo Anthony name and different people saying Carmelo Anthony name, I know Carmelo Anthony.
Dude, you said killing his eyes.
No, that boy is a sweet man. The boy is so intelligent, man. The little boy is so intelligent and articulate, man. This boy right here is like a nephew to me. You know what I'm saying? The other day when the day after this and people are responding and this, that, and the third, Robert knows this, man. When they went on the camera and people saying the rage, I didn't even want to talk. You know what I'm saying? The anger that was on me, the anger of the frustration that I have about this attorney, the all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, when I remember the other day, the next day, that my operations director was trying to keep somebody from showing me Carmelo's mugshot, and somebody did, and I literally fell to my knees, man, because I think people think this is a game and this is about clickbait.
How did they get him? How did they get him to TDC that fast? I never in the history seen someone go to trial and be shipped to TDC the next morning.
Now, let me tell you this, Rain. In high-profile cases, they are done that way, but in a sense, they deliberately, that does not eliminate the fact that they deliberately tried to make a statement with this, okay? Because we know that whatever the hell they had on Carmelo is not what they wear down there. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know that shit. You know what I'm saying? We got it's a whole Facebook group and Facebook page with niggas on live and all that type. We know they don't wear that down there. So what do he got on? You know what I'm saying? So we know that is a statement. We know that's a statement. But the reality is that people are coming at me about the legal process. I had to observe it just like everybody else.
The dad said that he was advised not to have a white lawyer.
He was advised.
A black
he
lawyer.
was advised not to speak to certain people. He was advised. They were trying. The defense counsel was trying to keep him from certain people. That certain person was me. It's multiple people that I didn't show in attorneys that came out on social media and said, "Hey, no, Dominique actually had to meet with me."
So why are they blaming you? The family blaming you now.
The family's not blaming me. This is somebody's interpretation of it.
Yeah, the way he put them words together, we think everybody talking about you.
He said the defense counsel. Yeah. But you got some people thinking I'm the defense counsel.
Niggas don't know what you is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's like you said, he said that he didn't say the man's name, but he said the defense counsel was trying to keep. He was instructed to hire this attorney. He was told that it was probably good that you had white attorneys and all that type of stuff. And those are things that we were told. But these are things that we were dealing with, the cards that were dealt to us, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it wasn't like, man, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. Every black attorney that I called or whatever it may be, and the different ones, it's not like all of them responded saying, man, I want to go down there in Collin County. You know different attorneys that don't go to Tarrant or Kaufman or Ellis or Collin. You know what I'm saying? I want to deal with that, or didn't. You know what I mean? I caught a case more than 8 years ago, and I had a black attorney, Bree West. She was out there doing the recaps for WFAA. She would literally tell you this white damn judge wouldn't even look up at her.
But why would y'all bring somebody from Dallas County to Collin County?
He practiced in Dallas, in Collin. That was through the research. He practices out there. He's on he has multiple different cases out there. So when you're looking for an attorney, you're going to look for who practices in the county. So if somebody it's easy to Monday night quarterback, right, but you got to realize we have 24 hours to do this. This is not a process where, okay, let's do this. I even told one of the black attorneys, the crazy part, I even told one of the black attorneys, hey man, do the bond hearing for me so that the family have time to find an attorney. Oh man, fuck all that. They can't give me. I'm just telling you what they responded. I'm not trying to what's called like fuck all that. I can't go what's called. If they can't pay my retainer fee, then what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm like, dude, they don't even have the money. They don't have access to the money. Like people sitting there saying the fund, they're sitting there saying the fund, but this family did not have access to that fund until 2 to 4 weeks afterwards. Carmelo was already home. You got to realize, like, Carmelo was bonded out with support of no limit bail bonds and CT. You know what I'm saying? I went to the hood to go do that. When we did the bond hearing, we went all the way to Oak Cliff to bond him out and different things. I used every network available for me. You know what I'm saying? To do. This family didn't have access to this money. People, when you go and do online platforms and you raise money, that you don't get that the next day. You know what I'm saying? That ain't like a Cash App account. You know what I'm saying? They have to, especially if you raise significant money, you got to send ID, you got to send bank stuff, you got to send all types of stuff, and that go through a verification process. And then they email you and say, release the funds. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like what I told somebody, I said, hey, if we had the time, all of those factors could be in consideration. You know what I'm saying? And even stuff that I was like, hey, with the dad, like, man, hey, well, let's go with Mike Howard and let's find the second chair, a black attorney. We did that. But even after the process, what people are not understanding as an organization and civil rights organization, once we pass you on to the attorney, we are now no longer a part of the legal process. So when you meeting or they meeting with Carmelo or they having strategy or they having conversations, even if they came to me and said, hey, Dominique, we need $10,000 for a pathology, I got to get the money from the organization. But if I had questions about what this and how this gonna be, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, they're not at liberty to answer those questions. I'm not meeting with this man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever case he's putting up, when he put up, I'm a spectator just like you come there and whatever, blah blah blah. I'm only there from a crisis management perspective to help this family resources move, bond them out, get the resources, connect them with it's like connecting the dots with them, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that you stand in the gap and saying to all these white supremacists that are threatening them and this police department that's failing them, the same police department that was telling the world that the Metcalfs was getting their house was getting basically what's that doggone swatted. And then when it came to the Anthony family, they wasn't even reporting. They told them, oh, that's not a crime. No, you're supposed to report it. If I got a white boy walking around my house or whatever, I need you to document this, because if I have to shoot this, you know what I'm saying? And so it was clear,
because it was about race.
it was clear. But the part is that we didn't bring race into the situation. We saw it. So that's why I go back to the same thing where I said this is normally a situation that I wouldn't have got involved in. It was the factors of race and how the white supremacy world in the media and all that world literally started to run around the case, and how some of these influencers and right wing influencers started to say different things, and they were putting faces and they were posting stuff.
So basically, in a nutshell, this is how I'm taking it, and this is how I surmise it. Right, when it comes to race, right? It wasn't about race. Okay. Well, actually, I can't say that now that I think about it. I was about to say what happened between Austin and Carmelo up under that tent wasn't about race. But the aftermath, the players involved, the people, the media, the cops, and everybody else made it about race. But I can't say that now that I think about it, because I feel like, and this is my opinion, Carmelo was targeted by Austin and Hunter because of his race. Then I have to think about that too and say this. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Austin and Hunter didn't target Carmelo, not necessarily because of his race, because they was just bullies anyway. But then I think about that too. And I listen to the daddy, which we're going to listen to. Are we going to listen to the daddy after this? I may start out tomorrow with the daddy. But listen. I listen to the daddy in the way the daddy talks, and the way the daddy speaks, and the way the daddy thinks, the way the daddy reacts, and I think about it. That daddy is racist. That daddy is racist, point blank, period. And we all know that when children are born, when we're born into this, world, we're innocent beings. We have no opinions, no thoughts or nothing. What we learn is what we taught. How we grow up and what we turn out is what we taught, what we are taught. So being as though that daddy is a blatant racist, and just going by everything that has happened so far, I do believe Hunter and Austin may have been racist. And Carmelo may have been targeted because he was a young black man. But all in all, I feel like the number one reason why he was they were just bullies, and they felt like they can bully him from up under that tent. So yeah, that was a lot. And I know what point I'm trying to get across. I just don't know if I got it across. I don't know. But yeah.
With Carmelo with a noose and all these different types of stuff, right? And so, like I told somebody, I'm getting inboxes, emails, and saying, "Hey, do y'all see this? Can y'all help them? Can y'all do this?" And
so you didn't bring race. You didn't bring race.
No, I can't. Man, in 2026, it is stupid for anybody to say to a black man to saying,
if what happened up under that tent wasn't about race, the aftermath and how the cops moved, how the law moved, how that family moved, it was definitely about race. And the person that came out here and was the first one to say, listen, the person that came out here when this all happened and tried to play Christian, still to this day calling Christian, but it's racist as hell. That daddy is the first person that got on the media, spoke to the media and said this is not about race. When him all along knowing in the back of his mind, now in the front of his mind, he was a racist. And he was angry because that black boy killed his white son. He was the main one out here hollering and screaming, don't make this about race. Don't make this about race. When he know damn well it was going to be made about race. Because how they moved in the aftermath was about race. Point blank, period. I don't think she spoke since the trial, Malika. I have not seen that woman since that press conference that they did after the trial. I have not seen or heard from that lady. The dad is the one doing all the talking. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's denied shelter from the rain because of his race. Yeah, could be. Could be, but think about it though. If that's the case, Candy Corn, and that's why I keep going back and forth with it, because if that's the case, why was Eddie allowed? Well, Eddie did go to the school. I think Eddie did go to the same school that Austin and Hunter went to. So of course, he was under the tent because he went to the school. So now that I think about it, because I would say that if it was about race, why was Eddie allowed up under there with no problems, but not Carmelo? But then I think about it, Eddie did go to that school with them. He didn't go to Carmelo's school. He went to that school with Austin and Hunter. So he had a so-called right to be up under there. But it's just all fucked up. Let's try to get through this. We got 20 more minutes. Are we gonna be able to do? I don't know. We'll see. Let's let this play.
I'm bringing race into this situation. I'm not there at this damn track meet. I don't know what's going on. I just see on my algorithms that this nigger died, this nigga hang. You go on WFA, it's the most racist damn comments on the bottom of it. You go in the morning, Nancy Grace, it's stuff going on, and then Megyn Kelly, all these people, these right-wing people. And with that, this family is getting flooded. Letters sent to them, people at their house, threats, phone calls, somebody finding their phone number, all these different types of stuff. So I tell people all the time, I'm not the attorney. I'm not a part of the legal process. I'm not protected by attorney-client privilege, right? All of these questions that some people have or whatever, I got the same question, same whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in those meetings.
When did you realize the lawyer was some bullshit?
January.
Oh, you knew back in January?
January, February, March. I'm literally, there are attorneys that posted and put out saying, no, Dominique actually wanted to schedule meetings with us, with the family to kind of, you know what I mean, to fire this attorney and blah, blah, blah. But the decision was made that they had already invested so much money into this attorney, right? That change was not, you know what I'm saying? I gave my objection.
Who idea was that to keep the attorney?
It was the dad. That's the dad, the mama's position. You know what I'm saying? That's their position. And that's not a knock towards Andrew or Kayla. They were doing the best thing that they had, because Andrew, when we created this fund,
right,
you got to remember, the dad of Austin Metcalf is steady going to this man's job. He not able to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So when we set up this fund, it was like they literally were dealing with the resources that was available to us. So they weren't in a position to make this move or do this move and different things of that nature, right? And you know, I would say, but that was a decision that I had to respect them. That's a decision from them. And it's easy for somebody to even criticize, you know, easy for you to criticize then. But if you're not living in the moment, this family had to live the last year with the daddy. If you went out to a McDonald's, you had to put a hoodie on. You had to, every day for 365 days, every day there was a comment on social media, either YouTube, Facebook, anything about Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? These some bitches didn't even rest on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. You know what I'm saying? Or New Year's. They every day there's a post about this doggone case, right? And so when people criticize them now, you got to realize this family lived a whole year in agony. They couldn't go outside. They couldn't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? This daddy couldn't just pick up no regular job.
But they're saying that the dad of Austin dad actually said he came to the meeting with y'all to pray. Why did you get him escorted?
Good you asked that question, because guess what? It's a criminal case, right? And so here's the thing. I get CBS 11 anchor, JD Miles, right? I'm getting ready. There's 17 cameras right here. The family is in the back, right? The dude come to me, he say, you know that's the dad. I said, what? Who dad? I never saw him, right? So hell, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say? So then he said right there, that man is standing right here, okay? He ain't moving. He ain't said nothing to nobody.
What did it make you feel when you laid eyes on him?
Man, I'm looking like, what the fuck this nigga doing? He ain't answer. Bro, if you come to pray, and all this type of stuff, you come in my office. This is a private facility, right?
Right.
Hey, bro, man, I just come here to pray, blah, 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 this, that, and third. But if I just sit here and stand here, right, and I just stand here, I don't say nothing. I don't introduce myself to nobody.
Yeah.
I just standing. What you supposed to left to think?
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't approached this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just standing. He ain't said nothing to nobody.
Did he ever speak to anyone?
No. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? Like, hey, man, listen. And so what I did was, because I don't want nothing to happen, I go back and call because Carmelo was on that leg monitor. We actually, when we got him released, we had a direct contact to the bailiff at the time. Right. Now, mind you, remember he had a different judge at the time. It was the black woman judge, right? And so we had a direct, and we got a message and said, hey, should he be here? And we were told no. Now, mind you, because of the security purposes, it's already plainclothes DPD intelligence officers in the building. You know what I'm saying? Because he even lied publicly saying the first time he was told to leave, he left or whatever, and that wasn't cool. He just didn't think this Hispanic man and this black man in these red overalls were police officers. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got that call that they said no, he cannot be there. They cannot interact. Now, mind you, the Anthony family do not know he's there. He never saw them. You know what I'm saying? They're in a secured area. He can't get through there. And I tell people all the time, it's not like we lack the security. Like we had at least a 9-member security team. We could have got him out of there, Rain, in no time. So I delayed the press conference and literally had DPD escort him out. You know what I'm saying?
Did he have a weapon on?
It was a side thing that people were identifying, saying that it may have been a weapon. We never confirmed because I never came up to him, right? You know what I'm saying? All I did is pause. And then many people are telling him, sir, can you just leave? Can you walk with us? Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Like, it was people, I never went up to him, but then I just started telling people, hey, don't say nothing to him. And then we going. So does this sound like the man that literally just said on this video, I'm coming to pray? And then you feel like you go into, is this white privilege where you think you go into a facility, you don't say nothing to nobody, you don't introduce yourself, you don't say nobody's name, what you thought was going to happen?
First of all, we saw his demeanor when he went up in that press conference. He walked in there like he was the big bad bully. He walked in there like he was entitled. He walked in there like he was super. He walked in there, his whole demeanor lets you know he wasn't walking in there to pray. This man was not humble. He was not there to pray with his lying ass. And then too, like say, if you walking up in a place and you came to pray, and you don't speak, you don't make yourself, you don't speak to the people in charge, you don't speak to nobody, you don't say nothing to nobody, you don't say, look, I know I shouldn't be here, but I just came to pray. You do that. You don't walk up in there and not say shit to nobody. When was you gonna pray? You walked up in there, it was in there, just standing there, trying to intimidate. When the hell was you gonna start praying? And when the people walked up to you to ask you to leave before DPD even got there, why you ain't tell the people, look, I'm just here to pray. I just want to pray with the family, for the family. I just want to pray. Nah, bitch, you wasn't there to pray. You was there to pray, P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y. Let's be clear. It be the lies for me. And then it be motherfuckers that make moves and can't stand on their shit. If you would, you know why you was there. The same reason why Austin felt like he can kick Carmelo from up under that tent. Weak motherfuckers. If you gonna be something, be it and stand on it. You're a racist, sir.
My security team.
He might not. He want to say something to the family.
They don't know him.
Or you? Did you walk down and try to speak to him?
I'm right there. Yeah. If he wanted to say something to me, I don't know. Remember,
exactly.
I don't know who he is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dominique was there. Everybody at this point knew who Dominique was and knew he represented the family. So even if you walked in there and you didn't see the parents, you could have talked to Dominique and told Dominique, look, I just want to pray with the family. He was definitely there to make a statement, Malika. Without opening his mouth, he was definitely there to make a statement. Look at him now. The daddy is one of the biggest media whores in this whole situation. He knew the media was there. It was a damn press conference. He's one of the biggest media whores. Like I said, since the trial and the sentencing, we ain't seen the mama. That woman grieving, still grieving. Let me tell you something. When you lose a child, right? And let's talk about it. When you lose a child, right? So when it initially happens, you're going through all this. You're going through a lot. You're going through these emotions. You're upset. You're angry. You're crying. You're just hurt. And as time go on, You know, the person's like the person get locked up or whatever. You just waiting on the person to go to court. So it take a year, maybe two. In this case, I think a year. In that year, you're able to not forget, not not still be grieving, not still be hurting, but you learn how to cope. Is what it is. You know, people say it gets better over time. It don't get no damn better. You just learn how to cope. That's it. So you back to some type of normalcy, right? Not in all situations, but most. Then think about it. A year later, after you done learn how to cope with this, and you halfway able to resume living whatever kind of life you can live without your child, here comes the trial, and all this shit is brought back up, and all those emotions that you had the day that it happened, you go right back to that. You go right back to the day when you found out your child was gone. Because all this stuff is regurgitated. It's brought back up. It's talked about. You got to go to court. You got to see evidence. You got to hear the 911 call. You got to hear you got to do this. And so it's like going backwards. Right? You're going back to when it first happened. So when the trial is over, no matter the outcome, you back at day one. You back where you were when it first happened. So you start grieving, which you never stopped, but you start, it's amped up all over again, the grieving process. So why is this man, and we get it, like anger is a part of grieving. And so we know this man is angry. We get it. But how are you angry? See, that's why we know his train of thought even before this happened. Because you're supposed to be angry. You're entitled. Your son was taken away way too soon. We get you being angry at Carmelo. What I don't get is you being angry at the parents. What I don't get is you being angry at a whole entire race because of what Carmelo did, right? Unless you already was angry at that entire race. Let me take it a little bit further. The dude that killed my son, I was angry with him, still angry with him to this day. His mama got on Facebook and started this whole campaign. Of course, she was defending her son, which I get. She was on Facebook, even though she defended him with lies. But she only knew she only was able to use the lies because the lies was told by him. And her being his mama, you know, she believed her son. So she had this whole thing going on Facebook, repeating lies about my son, repeating the lies that her son told her. I wasn't angry at that lady because of what her son did. I didn't judge that lady because of what her son did, even though people, you know, even here on this app wanted to judge me because my son was killed. Oh, what was he out there doing? He was out there robbing. He was out there stealing cars. He was out there selling dope. Put every tag on that you could put on somebody on my son. All lies. All lies. But I wasn't angry with that lady. I didn't get angry with that lady until she said something personally to me about me. And I let that go. But I wasn't angry with that lady because of what her son did. I was angry with her son. I wasn't angry with the whole entire. And for those that don't know, the dude that killed my son was biracial. His mama white, his daddy was black. I didn't get angry with all white people, all biracial people, because of what he did. That's asinine. I said all that to say this. Jeff Metcalf is angry with black people because he's been angry with black people. Those things that he stated on that live, he been felt. That shit ain't just happened when Carmelo unalived his son. Point blank period. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. But hey, Nicole, let's continue.
Say they don't know who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, like, what we supposed to do when we don't even know who this man is?
Right. Okay.
They never saw him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, they would have came there and like, what you thought when the family was walking behind the conference or whatever, and when the cameras turned on, that you were gonna rush yourself up to the podium?
Think so?
I don't know, but it was gonna be a disaster because I had security. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going?
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I rather the image that it had then than the image that he thought when he was gonna approach. Because you know, when I hire security, I don't tell them to, don't ask questions later. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Be like,
right.
what's got like,
Right.
hey, you see me around security, you better hey, I already gave him, bro. We'll fight it later on. We get attorney, we get bailed out, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been a natural disaster if he would have waited in that moment and we didn't know. But mind you, I only knew who he was by the reporter. You get what I'm saying?
But the people feel like you could have did something.
I'm not a lawyer. What they want me to do? I ain't no lawyer. That's one thing. That's one thing out of this equation. I can help find him a house. I can help secure the baby, walk him out to jail myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I can stand up and speak for them in the way that I did. But one thing I can't be is a lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't go in front of no judge and say, Judge, I want a motion for dismiss. He gonna look at me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't prepare no brief.
And I'm glad you said something about the judge, because I keep hearing this theory that they edit the picture on the news. Is that true?
The video was altered, and the video was very limited from versions of videos that I myself went to go see, and also what other people went to go see. It was able to identify there was multiple different people in front of Carmelo.
In front or
They standing over him. He's sitting down.
But how many people assaulted him?
You can't see that from the camera because you can just see them in front of them. They're standing in front of them. The camera is behind them. You get what I'm saying?
What did Carmelo say happened?
But he was not only hit, he was pushed. You know what I mean?
So he was actually struck.
Yes.
Punched.
Yes.
And he was pushed.
Yes.
Is that considered self-defense?
Yeah, it's considered self-defense when you assault me, because Texas law says I don't have to return equal force. Stand your ground.
Wow.
You get to hit somebody and you think that person ain't able to defend themselves? If I hit your ass right now, then you think you was got in the camera recording and I hit you, they gonna arrest you. You know what I'm saying?
So why? So what did y'all do not to get this case changed, this verdict changed? Because if it's on camera that people are hitting him, if it's on camera that we heard that he fell down the bleachers?
Do I think that this case would have been indicted or went this far in Dallas County? I believe not.
Right.
I'm gonna say this.
Collin County.
And I'm telling y'all, listen, me and Flex spoke on the phone. That's why part of the reason why I was a little tired today. Hey, everybody, good to see you. Much love. Listen, about that picture, I'm gonna say this. Now, I showed the picture that I saw or retrieved on social media, but according to Flex, and y'all know Flex is in Texas. She's not in Collin County, but she is in Texas, and she works with law enforcement. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, according to her, I listen, and y'all know I wouldn't be repeating something from somebody, just some random person, if I didn't know it to be true. But I got this from Flex, and I don't know if it's been proven. I don't know if it's gonna ever come out. But the daddy, the judge, and the DA all went to college together. Have y'all heard that? The judge stood up there and said on that interview that we listened to, I think he did that interview in his courtroom either the day after the verdict or the day of the verdict and the sentencing, right? And so he said he didn't know Jeff Metcalf. He said he didn't know. He said he wouldn't know Jeff before that trial. He wouldn't have known Jeff Metcalf if he was standing in front of him. That's a lie. That is a lie. So if you lie about that, come on now. This the judge told that blatant lie on camera. That's all I'm gonna say about that right now, y'all. Stay tuned.
And everybody can ask those questions, but I'm gonna say this again. It's Collin County. You know what I'm saying? It's not Dallas. The city of Dallas, for many people that look at this, because I have to explain it, the city of Dallas is in Dallas County.
Right.
Frisco, McKinney is in Collin County. That is a northern county on top of Dallas County. It's two different kind of Americas, and you know that, right? You know what I'm saying? It's two different kinds. You know what I mean? We pray to Jesus in the Holy Trinity. These guys pray to Jesus and Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like it ain't no like what are we saying here? What are we talking about? You know?
So is it true that all his friends changed they?
I don't think that all of his friends testified,
but
right?
The people that testified, did they change their statements?
Yes, those kids changed their statements. The ones that the prosecutor brought up, they changed their statements.
And the lawyer didn't object nothing.
I believe there were a few times that I was told that the lawyer did object to certain things,
right?
But at the end of the day, there weren't because there was something that and I say there was something that I was able to see where they called they called it murderous, some term that they used that they said it was the judge ruled that it was in the indictment, but the lawyer objected. But there are a lot of people that are saying that the lawyer didn't object enough to things or whatever, right? But there were one thing that but at the end of the day, the case in regards to how those kids came and the prosecutors brought them up, you know, I felt like when the defense got it, the case that I knew of, the evidence, the things that I knew of, I thought that was going to be displayed. You know what I mean? Yeah. The stuff that go after the character, the things, the cheerleaders. It was a viral video the other day where somebody said something about the cheerleaders all filed a complaint against these twins. That's true.
I got that, y'all. I got that information. I got all of that. Well, these cheerleaders sent the email to this guy. The cheerleaders, well, a cheerleader. I'm not gonna say the cheerleaders, but I'm gonna say one of the cheerleaders at the school sent an email to this white guy, and he I think he put it on TikTok or read it on TikTok. I got that too. So y'all, if y'all hadn't heard it, stay tuned.
I personally talked to one of the parents, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to have to pass you over to an investigator for you to talk, because you can't talk to me, because you know why? Why am I trained to not talk to these people even further than what they are? Because when you go to a trial, the person that has to go in there and talk about what you told them by a sworn declaration. So say if you tell me something right here, I'm gonna put an investigator in front of you, because if you change your mind and you don't want to what's called, that investigator with those credentials are the one that can go on the stand and testify to what you said. You know what I'm saying? So guess what?
You can't do it.
I ain't do it. You know what I'm
saying? And two more questions. Outside, all the black people outside. I seen a video of a dude doing a rack daddy in front of a white guy, and then like he was dancing out there having a time. Did the black community hurt the case inside?
I don't think so. I think that the even when I came in, I came out and talked about it. I talked about it from context that you had white supremacists showing up,
but they came ready for war.
To edge on,
but they came ready for war.
That wasn't the case.
Every black person had their hands out and phones out.
Rain, that wasn't the
case. They had bulletproof vests on.
They was ready. Those were Black Panthers, brother. They do.
No, the white guys had the black.
The white guys had the vests and all that. They do that.
They was ready to go to war.
I know, and that's why they were edging on the black people. They were going on the sides where the black people were, deliberately edging them on, doing different.
Why
things.
was the man dancing in front of the white guy?
I don't know about that. I can't.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
You know, I saw a whole bunch of foolishness.
So it was a bunch of foolishness from the black community.
But I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can't speak.
How you gonna ask him about why that guy? I know what you talking about too. Where the guy was standing in front of the white guy, jumping up and down, looking a fool. He was foolish, and he was foolish. But how you gonna question him about why that guy did what he did? You need to be questioning the guy as to that. I mean, Dominique had nothing to do with that. In his defense, with his fruity tooty ass, I'm just saying. You gotta ask the guy who did it. Dominique can't say why that dude was doing what he did or why anybody out there was doing what. Hell, they all was doing it for the same reason: clicks and motherfucking views. And some of those people, they were being antagonized by the white people, and media made sure they kept the camera on us because they knew us would act a fool, and some of us did act a fool, and some of them act a fool, but they didn't show that though. They didn't show them acting a fool. They just show us. That's why I say us shouldn't give them what they want. I'm just saying.
I don't know
looking
about
goofy.
that. I can't.
Did you
speak
see
about
it?
everybody.
Did you see it?
You know, I saw a whole bunch of foolishness.
But,
You know what I'm saying?
so it was a bunch of foolishness from the black
But I
community.
cannot. I can't speak for everybody. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I can't speak for
have
everybody.
you
That
ever
was his
said-
way of antagonizing.
But what have you just sit there and say, what the fuck are we doing?
You know, I've said that plenty of
Nicole,
times.
welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Oh, is that the Nicole from Respectfully, are we going to pretend that Dominique Alexander did not injure the child to the point of brain injury? No, respectfully, we are not pretending because we talked about that. I don't know if you just came in, but we talked about that. But what we said was, because see, we did talk about that. Nicole, now apparently you ain't been watching. I ain't seen you in a long, well, I've seen you, but I ain't seen you over here in a long time. That's first of all. Second of all, we did talk about that. As a matter of fact, when I first started covering this, when it first happened, we talked about it a lot. And we even mentioned it today. We talked about it today. But the reason why we're not harping on it, we acknowledge it, right? But the reason why we're not harping on it is because what that man did in that case, he has to take accountability for, and whatever happens with that, it don't have anything to do with the Carmelo Anthony case. Because, see, we have now learned, right, by doing our due diligence and paying attention and listening, Dominique Alexander ain't the only person in this scenario that has a history or past or even a record. See, if we're going to go by judging people because of their record or their history, which don't have anything to do with this case, then that's why we're talking about the judge. See, not only did we talk about his indiscretions, we're talking about the judge, we're talking about the DA, we're talking about anybody that has a history, the daddy. If that's the case, once again, Nicole, if we want to hold him accountable and say that he shouldn't be credible because of his past, then we got to talk about the daddy, we got to talk about the DA, we got to talk about the judge. Okay? So we're not pretending like we don't know about this dude's history or his past. But what that don't have anything to do with this case. That's how I feel about it. You may feel differently. But yeah. We're not pretending over here. We don't pretend over here.
You know what I mean? Like we, you know, sometimes we very interesting people. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'd be like, bro, do we got to do that? Do we have to say that? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to correct it. Kind of like when that viral video come of the judge and the dad, and it was like, okay, y'all, I get it, y'all trying to get to it, but y'all stretching it with this picture. You know what I mean? It's a lot of.
Oh, so the judge and the dad was never in the picture together.
That picture wasn't the judge and the daddy.
Hold on,
I don't know
because I lost focus for a minute.
You know, I saw a whole bunch of foolishness.
So it was a bunch of foolishness from the
but,
black
but
community.
I can't speak for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't speak for everybody.
But have you ever
that was his
said,
way of antagonizing.
But what have you just sit there and say, what the fuck are we doing?
You know, I've said that plenty of times. You know what I mean? Like we, you know, sometimes we very interesting people. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'd be like, bro, do we got to do that? Do we have to say that? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to correct it. Kind of like when that viral video come of the judge and the dad, and it was like, okay, y'all, I get it, y'all trying to get to it, but y'all stretching it with this picture. You know what I mean? It's a lot of.
Oh, so the judge and the dad was never in the picture together.
That picture wasn't the judge and the daddy. I don't know, and that's not me saying that the daddy didn't know the judge. I don't know,
but that wasn't him.
That wasn't it. You know what I'm saying?
And the last question: do they have him in PC in prison?
Now, his classification is being held private right now. You know what I'm saying? For security purposes.
Do the guy's uncle own the prison?
No,
He's the warden.
No, that was when it was being reported that he was going to Bird Unit.
Right.
Bird Unit, there's a Metcalf individual that is a warden. He's in the PAC unit.
So all these is just a bunch of.
Yeah, he was initially supposed to go to that prison, the one where the Metcalf is the warden, but they stopped that. I think Dr. Matthews or somebody had something to do with that. They ended up not sending him to that. He was initially scheduled to go to that prison where the Metcalf person is the warden, but they stopped it. and they sent him to another prison.
And you better than me, man.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, NGAN is a human and civil rights organization.
Right.
So we got other people that call us all day long.
Yeah.
That they when they call they call for Dominique Alexander. And so I can't keep up with the fact that Rain, this has happened. When I was 25 years old and I started this organization, you would have to look at what the media reporting, make sure you correct them and all that type of stuff or whatever and all that. But now you gotta do
I said
that and
I
watch.
said that too when we talked about the fact that he was scheduled to go to that prison where that Metcalf guy was, but they stopped it. But I said that too. I said I feel like he can't go. I don't think being as though the crime was committed, the alleged crime was committed in Texas. I think he had and he was tried and convicted by the state of Texas, right? He has to be, in a Texas prison, in the Texas prison system. The only way that would have been avoided is if the crime was federal, right? And I do feel like, no matter what prison he goes to, he's semi low key in danger or whatever of being maybe not, if not harmed, mistreated, because those wardens do communicate. We now see that it is what it is. Like that warden at the prison where he's at can get a call from the Metcalf guy. This dude is be safe, Natasha. This dude is at your prison. Da, 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 da. And let's not play coy and confused about that. We know a phone call could be made. That man can let the other one. And I'm sure. Listen, the warden of the prison where he was sent to knew before he got there who he was, what he had done. This shit was national, worldwide. People been talking about this case, and that warden knew before Carmelo even got there who he was. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the baby needs to be up out of there. Okay? Period. Up out of them, the prison.
All of the bloggers and the clickbait and all the rest of the algorithms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you got to know whether those people exist. And because I'm not in that world, or I don't go in there and I'm not on TikTok like that or YouTube or whatever, you got to know those platforms exist. It's like people saying, oh, they say, man, who the hell is they? Can you tell me the platform so that I can correct it? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you tell me the platform so I can at least go on there? I'll send them an email and have my team email them and say, hey, man, I'll take whatever questions you have.
Or is he allowed to have you talk to his mother?
I have talked to his mother.
I mean, have he talked to his mother?
Yeah, he has talked to his parents.
Oh, since being in prison. How do you feel about him surviving prison?
That's a hard answer. I'd rather not even, you know what I'm saying? That right there is a very touchy situation that I've kind of, to keep my peace kind of strayed away from
thinking about
it. You know what I'm saying? Because that, like, for the last couple of days, it ain't been about what people are saying about me. It's been about this image, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, I know Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean?
Because the judge said that the streets are safer now.
I got something for that judge. You know what I mean? Like, that's a low down son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my opinion of that judge.
And when is the appeal?
The appeal, the family is going and meeting with appeals attorneys and all that type of stuff and going through that proper process or whatever. And that's pretty much it. But
how long will it take?
You never know with an appeal.
So could he be in prison 5 years before the appeal?
He could. An appeal could last as long as that process lasts. When you go in front of an appeals court, their response to whatever you presented in front of them does not have a timetable of their response. I've had appeals courts where they responded in 3 months. I've had appeals courts where they responded in a year and a half.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's their prerogative.
If you can bet your last dime, do you think he would beat the case? Or do you think he would beat Humphrey?
We will win. We will win, and I hope that people believe it. We're gonna win.
Hey, y'all stay supporting. Y'all keep supporting. We go.
Shout out to
okay, y'all. We got.
Shout out to what his name was, Rainwater, I think. Yeah, I think it was like Rainwater. Yeah, Rain 214 Water. Y'all go support. I'm sharing them out on my wall. Now we gonna do. Let me see how long we been on this. Ooh, this is a lot. I guess that watching TLA, he made it make sense to close the divide in the love of healing for both families made abundance of sense to me where you may not have faced this prison. I guess that watching TLA, he made it make sense to close the divide in the love of healing for both families. It made an abundance of sense to me where he may not have faced. I don't get what you're saying, Nicole. Yeah, Airbook, I can see why. I normally don't get emotional with people I don't know, but this one, yeah, because you're a mother, because you can't help but to get emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, we've been on for almost 3. Okay, let's do something. We got a lot, y'all. This playlist is extensive and it's growing by the day, but just know we're gonna get through all of this stuff. Now, let me get rid of that so I don't. Uh, hold on, y'all. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I want to get to this one right quick. Where is it? All right, so this is a channel. The incident took place. The channel's name is Miss Lowdown. Now I got several videos from Miss Lowdown. Y'all go over there and check her out. MS Lowdown. Lowdown is one word. It's the name of her channel. I'm gonna share her out too as well. This is let's listen to this. The title of it is "Veteran Exposes the Metcalf's Judge and DA, etc." All right, let's listen to this real quick. What that say? Jeff Metcalf. I can't read it. Jeff Metcalf. We got all. Let's listen. Placed in Denton, not Collin County. The incident took place in Denton, not Collin County. That's crazy. But again, y'all, they were supposed to have this Texas State. Wait a minute. What he's saying is the incident didn't take place in Collin County. Man, you agree with Nicole? Maybe you can explain to me what she's saying because I don't understand what's being said. So this guy is saying it took place. Okay, let's listen. The incident took place in Denton, not Collin County. That's crazy. But again, y'all, they were supposed to have Texas State Police immediately investigate. When have we ever seen something go down at a school where you only have local police involved? This shit's fucked up. You know, if I didn't know any better, it made me wonder if all this wasn't done on purpose to try to make a huge divide coming up to these elections. Oh, wow. But I'm going to tell you this. I seen everything Metcalf said. And I'm just going to say this, too. He got fucking recorded for everything he said. He was recorded for it all. Mello was moved to a different prison because they felt another prison was not safe enough for him. Look it up. He was moved to a different prison tonight. Y'all, please pray for this kid. And so many of you fail to understand. It's not that we don't have passion for the loss of life. That's what it seemed like to me, Tanya, what he just said. He was like, the incident didn't happen in Collin County. Now we know that the parents and, they lived in Collin County, but according to this man, the school was in another county. I don't know. But we have a right to feel that this kid deserves proper, true, adequate justice. And I have reason to believe that the defense attorney trashed the case on purpose. They moved what trial? You saying they held the trial? What you saying, Ms. B, is they held the trial in Collin County when the offense happened in another county? That's crazy if that's the truth. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is true, that's crazy. That lets you know right there. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Because they refused to move it from Collin County. That's for damn sure. They denied that.
But we have a right to feel that this kid deserves proper, true, adequate justice. And I have reason to believe that the defense attorney trashed the case on purpose. And even
I don't, Malika. I'm playing this off another content creator's channel, Miss Lowdown. If you want to go over there and check her out.
pray for this kid. And so many of you fail to understand. It's not that we don't have passion for the loss of life, but we have a right to feel that this kid deserves proper, true, adequate justice. And I have reason to believe that the defense attorney trashed the case on purpose. And even I could pick different pieces and show you that he definitely didn't give him a proper defense like he was required to do to the best of his legal ability. Under ethic law.
Let's go.
Under ethic standards, he was required to represent that kid the best that he could once he signed a retainer and announced his representation to the case. There you go, Dean. See, Dean? Y'all pass it out there to Dean for me. Get it to him. Let him see this video. I'm not as damn legally dumb as you thought I am. Or that you try to tell people. I could have provided a way better defense for Mello than this son bitch to represent him.
Ooh, come on.
But somebody's got some serious explaining to do why they moved this case from where the incident took place. Somebody's got some serious explaining to do how the judge and the prosecutors are friends with a friend of the fucking dad of the deceased. This is some trashy, shady shit. This ain't right. This ain't right at all. Not here in America, these United States, it ain't right. The judicial system was formed to protect your rights, not violate the motherfuckers. I don't care what color you are. You're equal to the same protective due process as every individual. Even if you're fucking guilty, you still are entitled to your full procedural due process. And as I sat back and watched this case where I kept my mouth shut from way back when the incident happened, and I was with Mello back then. Yeah, I was. I got kicked out of Alive. I got a real good friend of mine who lives across the Bay Bridge that was mad at me, but she knows my character. She stayed friends with me. And I respect her and her family as well. So I was with Mello back then. So anybody want to try to say, oh, he's race-bait, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't need followers on this motherfucker. I can dope my shit just fine. My followers went flying up when I started doing my karaoke lives. So you can go on somewhere with that bullshit, Dean. But the bottom line is this. I don't see color. I see true justice for all. I never take the feelings out. I never take everything and put it aside and look at a case. And when I see that I feel a kid like this is being railroaded as bad as they did him, I mean, these motherfuckers even turned around and locked him up the same night with sentencing. They didn't let him get a one night, good night's sleep and a meal the next day before they come back to court. No, hell no. The judge calls everybody back to court last night or the night before because we're in Thursday now. Y'all some straight up bullshit, man. Straight up bullshit. And then you wonder why the African Americans out there are so fucking pissed and angry. Hey, you know what, African Americans? I'm not so sure about my Trump support anymore. I'm really not. So I'll tell you what. Go vote for that Tallarico and get rid of them fucking sorry ass Republicans down there. Because Greg Abbott and them knew that this judge was required to recuse himself. Oh, see, a governor has way more power than one may think. Greg Abbott was required to make him step down because guess what I found? It was announced way back then about a potential conflict of interest. And the judge refused to recuse himself. But nobody knew about the prosecutors being friends with the dad's friend. Maybe that's why we had so many witnesses go up on the stand line. Now I'm gonna have y'all's law degrees fucking stripped from you motherfuckers. I'm gone.
Hey, honey, lots afternoon truth and truth fighters. The more I hear about how Carmelo has been treated, it breaks my heart and tears down my soul. I agree, honey, lots. Thanks for joining, sweetie.
Happy Thursday morning. How's everybody doing? So, Jeff Metcalf, I tell you what, he got a lot of nerve. I'm not going to sit there and say what I now know to be a fact, but I'm just going to say this. I got you, Hoss. I got you. And it's already in the works for you, the judge, and the prosecutors. See, when somebody has alcohol problems, they like to run their mouth too much. So they didn't know how to truthfully.
No. Wait a minute. You at now? I ain't watched this, y'all. Y'all know I watch this stuff real time with y'all. Now, I said on yesterday Or was it today? I don't know. These days are starting to run. It had to be today or the day before because I didn't go live yesterday on this channel. I said I felt like the daddy had a junker problem. Did I not? Did I not say that he was looted and booted and zooted? Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on, because this is getting good. Hold on. I don't understand what y'all talking about, man. I just have to click on that link you sent me and try to get some understanding, honey. I still don't understand it. But listen, I said it. I said that man got a drinking problem. Now let's hear what this dude finna say about the drinking. Let's listen.
You, the judge, and the prosecutors. See, when somebody has alcohol problems, they like to run their mouth too much. So they didn't know how to truthfully answer the best way of a direct question earlier, did they? Mr. Metcalf, you a racist also. I heard everything you said. What kind of military veteran you call yourself? Let me tell you something, Mr. Metcalf. Back in the day when I was in the Army, and I knew you was who you are right now, and who you've always been, I'd have whooped your ass. You got a lot of nerve to be talking about African American people like you just did a while ago. Hey, wow. Sarah Fields, you got a lot of nerve to be sitting with that man or however y'all did your interview.
Now, y'all remember the name Sarah Fields. I'll never forget it, but I wonder if y'all remember. Sarah Fields is the young lady that started this whole campaign against Nick at Night. And that's something we still going to revisit. Okay? So, that's Sarah Fields woman. I showed y'all who she was. Okay? Yeah.
It's all right. I've already made one important phone call to a very damn good friend of mine in Texas. Now, I want to ask a question. How the fuck did this incident take place in Denton, Texas, but the trial was moved to Collin County?
But I did not know. Just wait a minute. So the school was in one county, but the case was the trial was held in another. That is ridiculous. Okay, let's listen.
There was never a change of venue filed in the case.
Miss B, what did I miss, honey? I miss a lot. It is a lot going on. What did I miss? What did I miss? Because I read what you wrote in the chat. I read it. If you're talking about what you wrote in the chat, I read it. It happened at Centennial High School. That's Collin County for sure. See what I'm saying? Centennial. No. Because, wait a minute, Mama T. Wait a minute, because Carmelo attends Centennial. Austin and them attended Memorial. And it was stated that the school they was at, right, was not neither one of their schools. It was stated that the school where this track meet was being held was not either one of their schools. I don't know how true that is or not. But I think Carmelo attended Centennial and Austin and them attended Memorial, but it was stated that the track meet was held at a school that and that's normal with sports. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like my son ran track, so you know, it could be a track meet where all the schools meet up at a particular school for that meet, but it's not necessarily that child's school. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how true that is, but if what he's saying is true, that this is weird.
Did this incident take place in Denton, Texas? Hey, Sarah Fields, you got a lot of nerve to be sitting with that man or however y'all did your interview. It's all right. I've already made one important phone call to a very damn good friend of mine in Texas. Now I want to ask a question. How the fuck did this incident take place in Denton, Texas, but the trial was moved to Collin County? But there was never a change of venue filed in the case. Oh, I know why. It's called that fucking redneck fucking judicial style shit down there. Because see, I'm just gonna tell y'all, the photo floating around with Metcalf and you know who, that shit ain't fake. That shit ain't AI. I can't tell you how I know for a fact right now. But I'm gonna tell y'all, this shit's for real. This shit is some serious shit. They never filed for a change of venue. No. That case was to be held in Denton County, Texas, not Collin County. I'm gonna tell you what's up. When the dad of the person that lost their life is friends with somebody that's very good friends with the judge, Roach, and good friends with the prosecutors, where the fuck you think they moved the case to for? Why do you think they put the case in the other county?
Okay, so basically what he's saying is Metcalf is not directly friends with the prosecutor and the judge. The Metcalf guy is friends with someone who is close to them. So that's why that picture, the picture that's floating around, the one that I showed, it don't have the DA in it, and it don't have the judge in it, but it do got Metcalf in it. And if I'm understanding this man correctly, because he's talking about that picture, the person that he is friends with is in that picture. Who we don't know who that is, right? We don't know which one of those men is his friends that's close to the judge and the DA. So to be clear, according to this man, now y'all, we just listening and reacting and trying to break this shit down. According to him, Metcalf is friends with John Doe. John Doe is friends with the DA and the judge. So that picture that's floating around, and they say that this is proof that Metcalf has some kind of ties to the DA and the judge. It don't have them in the picture. It don't have them in the picture, but it's got that friend in the picture. That's the go-between. You get what I'm saying? No, I don't think the judge was in the picture, Tanya. I don't think so. I wish I hadn't taken it down off my stream, y'all, but I did. I have to go back and find it. Thank you, Miss B. I appreciate it. I just get irritated, and then too, y'all know, just listening to this stuff. This is why I play this stuff for y'all. This is why I don't just come on here and say shit or repeat shit. I literally play it for y'all to hear the discrepancies and all that. See, and we just here to react. We just here to try to get some understanding, but it'd be a lot of shit that be said that, first of all, don't even make sense. Some people don't think. That's what I can't get jiggy with. Y'all know I can't get. I don't mind being amongst a group of people that think and know how to rationalize and know how to put things together, one and two, to put one and one together to make two, and not put one and one together and come up with the color yellow. I can't deal with people like that. I just can't. I get irritated, as y'all can see. I knew the judge wasn't in the picture, but yeah. Thank you, Miss B. All right, we're gonna finish this, and that's gonna be it for today. But we will definitely be back in the morning. And I've been trying to come on early as possible, y'all, with this. It just hasn't been working out that way, but still, too, I'm gonna continue to try to come on early as I can every day. But I am gonna continue, definitely come on here every day so we can get caught up. Because even though we listening to stuff, we still are way behind. And like I said, each and every day there's new videos and stuff added to the mix. So, but we're gonna talk about all of it. All I know, they was up to some BS from the start. I agree. They all linked in one way or the other. Look like, yup. Friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Come on now. It's called they called the good old boys for a reason. It's called. Yeah. It's all fuck shit. But let's listen.
Not Collin County. But I'm gonna tell you what's up. When the dad of the person that lost their life is friends with somebody that's very good friends with the judge, Roach, and good friends with the prosecutors, where the fuck do you think they moved the case to for? Why do you think they put the case in the other county? Y'all some sorry ass motherfuckers, man. Let me tell you something. I may not have went to law school, but I'm damn sure smart enough to nail your asses to a blackboard. And like I said, I've already made one phone call, and I'm getting ready to make another first thing in the morning. It doesn't matter whether or not he may have committed manslaughter. What matters is This kid never fucking got a proper procedural due process trial. And he's got a judge. He's got prosecutors faced with him. Why they friends with a dad's friend of the deceased? What the fuck? In case y'all didn't know, Metcalf does not have to be friends with the judge and friends with the prosecutor. Just him being friends with someone is friends with them. I wonder if there's any photos of them all having beer together and playing fucking golf too. But I'm gonna tell you this. Cell phone data. Who was at whose places? Who was in synced, y'all, with their cell phones right around each other. That means y'all railroaded this kid, and you even moved it from one county to another. I never knew that it was Denton County. I just knew that they called it Frisco, Texas. I never looked at the county. But I always knew that it was Frisco, Texas, where the incident took place. That's Denton County. That's not Collin County. The incident took place in Denton, not Collin County. That's crazy. But again, y'all, they were supposed to have Texas State Police immediately investigate. When have we ever seen something go down at a school where you only have local police involved? This shit's fucked up. You know, if I didn't know any better, it made me wonder if all this wasn't done on purpose to try to make a huge divide coming up to these elections. But I'm gonna tell you this. I seen everything Metcalf said. And I'm just gonna say this too. He got fucking recorded for everything he said. He was recorded for it all. Mello was moved to a different prison because they thought another prison was not safe enough for him. Look it up. He was moved to a different prison tonight. Y'all, please pray for this kid. And so many of you fail to understand. It's not that we don't have passion for the loss of life, but we have a right to feel that this kid deserves proper, true, adequate justice. And I have reason to believe that the defense attorney trashed the case on purpose. And even I could pick different pieces and show you that he definitely didn't give him a proper defense like he was required to do to the best of his legal ability. Under ethic law, under ethic standards, he was required to represent that kid the best that he could once he signed a retainer and announced his representation to the case. There you go, Dean. See, Dean, y'all pass it out there to Dean for me. Get it to him. Let him see this video. I'm not as damn legally dumb as you thought I am, or that you try to tell people. I could have provided a way better defense for Mello than this bitch representative. But somebody's got some serious explaining to do why they moved this case from where the incident took place.
Judge, where you hear that at, Miss B? Because according to him, his words not mine. He's retiring at the end of the year. So where did you get that he's up for re-election, Miss B? Is that a question, or are you saying that as a fact? Because we listened to the interview. According to that judge, he'll be out of there at the end of the year, but hopefully they'll get his ass before he get out and fuck his retirement up. What he want? Are you asking? Oh, according to him, he's retiring at the end of the year. But hopefully they'll get his ass before that happens, so he won't even get a pension. Crooked motherfucker. Just saying.
Somebody's got some serious explaining to do. How the judge and the prosecutors are friends with a friend of the fucking dad.
Good, Miss B. I was just wondering what you say when you're saying that or asking. That's all. You good. You didn't do anything wrong.
Of the deceased. This is some trashy, shady shit. This ain't right. This ain't right at all. Not here in America, these United States, it ain't right. The judicial system was formed to protect your rights, not violate the motherfuckers.
Right.
I don't care what color you are. You're equal to the same protective due process as every individual.
Absolutely.
Even if you're fucking guilty, you still are entitled to your full procedural due process.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to him, Country Boy. I think that's what his TikTok is. I'm gonna go over there and check him out. It's another white dude that's speaking out. I'm gonna play him, but let me play this one right quick. We almost done, y'all. We got 2 more clips and then we out of here. This has been a good live for me. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna keep bringing this stuff out, y'all. New witness account changes everything. Listen. Now these are very short, y'all. This is actually a short on somebody's channel. But this right here, look at this demonstration, y'all. I like them smoke hound country. Maybe his ass would do some time. Who knows what other cases he did wrong on. That's true. That's true. Why? Look at this demonstration, y'all, and this witness account. Look at this. This threw me right here. Let me slow it down.
That it's those four.
Okay.
So that it's those four.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and it's an immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause. Then that's when they jump. And so
they
was,
actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks.
All four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where.
Okay, what banner? All right, let me remove everything. Let me see. Let me remove. My banner is not up. Are you talking about the comment? Let me see. Maybe you're talking about the comment. Oh, okay. Y'all talking about the comment. Okay. Oh, it was covering it. Y'all know I'm on a different screen than y'all. I can see. Okay. All right. There y'all go. Okay. I'm going to start it over. Okay. I'm going to start it over. Sorry, y'all.
That it's those four.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and it's an immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause. Then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks.
All four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
Finally, they wanted to start another GoFundMe.
We're going to get into that food tomorrow. But let me play that again for y'all. Then I'm going to play the next one. So, yeah, if y'all could remember when when Hunter did that initial interview, and I told y'all after that interview he kind of stopped talking or whatever. He said something about they grabbed his bag. I don't know if he said he grabbed it or his brother grabbed it, but he did admit that they grabbed his bag. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. But let me play this for y'all one more time. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Y'all can still support the channel by hitting the cash out. Support your girl. Make sure if you haven't double tapped the screen to like the live stream, you do so, please, and thank you. I'm going to play this one more time, y'all. Wow, now it was said Hunter wasn't even paying attention. He was looking at his phone, which, according to accounts now, that's a lie. He was involved in what was going on. But these people say they saw the tape. All right, let's listen one more time to this one.
That it's those four. Okay. So they come up, they surround them, and it's an immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause. Then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
so it's more than the twins that got some licks.
All four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
All right, so let's go.
Finally, they wanted to start another.
We're gonna come back to that one. Let's go to this short clip right here, and then it's gonna be it for the day. Now, this is the one about the cheerleader, y'all. This is the one about the cheerleader. This is 2 minutes. Hold on.
Here with a Carmelo.
Okay, so this guy, y'all found the other guy on TikTok. Somebody see if they can find this guy. I think but I don't think this is his TikTok. I think this person reposted him on her TikTok. But this guy is also talking on TikTok. Okay, let's listen to what he has to say, y'all.
Here with a Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf update. Here is an email I have obtained. I believe it to be real. Just listen to this. One of the cheerleaders complaining about the twins. Coaches, the other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, this
is a cheerleader. Now, somebody sent him this email, right? Allegedly, this email is from a cheerleader, and it was sent to one of the coaches. Okay, Miss B, go ahead and eat, sweetie. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate it. I'll be on there in a few minutes. I know they're probably over there waiting because I got the line scheduled for 4, but we'll be over there in a minute. But allegedly, this guy obtained this email that was sent to one of the coaches from a cheerleader. Okay? From Austin and Hunter School. Let's listen.
Here with a Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf update. Here is an email I have obtained. I believe it to be real. Just listen to this. One of the cheerleaders complaining about the twins. Coaches, the other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch. I don't understand what triggers his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and was incredibly embarrassing for my friend, as everyone is in Canes looked at her and started laughing. We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again, but we trust that there is no repercussions or some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. She is not embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way he can act on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public spaces, which is not good for our school's representation and is discouraging us from keeping the cheerleading them on. I'm sorry for even having to come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I fear what they would do if they knew. Wow. Why did Mike Howard not enter this in Carmelo Anthony's defense? There's so much that has been left out of this trial that we will keep it awake, and I will always expose their secrets for the community. Secret Service Sam Out Sampson for president of the world.
I'm gonna play that one more time, y'all.
But he never
It's another one, but I'm gonna play that one. This is gonna be tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff, y'all, and people still sending me stuff. Shout out to everybody who sent me stuff, because I don't see everything. I don't know everything. And shout out to y'all for continuing to send me this stuff. It could have something to do with what that coach had said to them that day. I'll tell you. I'm gonna replay that one more time, y'all. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Here with a Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf update. Here is an email I have obtained. I believe it to be real. Just listen to this. One of the cheerleaders complaining about the Twins. Coaches, the other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch. I don't understand what triggers his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and was incredibly embarrassing for my friend, as everyone is in Canes looked at her and started laughing. We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again, but we trust that there is no repercussions or some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. She is not embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way he can act on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public spaces, which is not good for our school's representation and is discouraging us from keeping the cheerleading them on. I'm sorry for even having to come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I fear what they would do if they knew. Why did Mike Howard not enter this in Carmelo Anthony's defense? There's so much that has been left out of this trial that we will keep it awake, and I will always expose their secrets for the community. Secret Service Sam Out Sampson for president of the world.
All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. Nanya said, hold on, let me fix my screen. It's doing some weird shit right quick. I can see those boys being told if they find out more of them had something to do with it, they could also be charged, which would make them terrified and shut down. I'm sure there was plenty of witness intimidation. I think so too, Tanya. I do. All right. Oh, this has been a good one, y'all. Shout out to y'all for supporting this live. I appreciate it. No, thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Y'all, we'll be back tomorrow. And like I said, my goal is to try to come on here as early as possible. It hadn't been possible for the last 2 days, but hey, I'm going to still keep trying. So tomorrow, I'm going to still say that I'm going to try to come on at least between 8 and 9 so we can get a good portion in, because it's a lot. My playlist is extensive, and like I said, it's growing by the day, and I want to get all of this stuff out to y'all, and we can react to it together and talk about it together, okay? I appreciate y'all supporting this live. I appreciate y'all supporting this channel. Shout out to you, Nanya. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate it. Shout out to all my peoples who truly support this channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Tanya. All right, we're gonna head on over here to Sipperville, honey, because we got to talk over there. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the morning with more. I'm going to cover everything I have on this case, no matter how long it takes. I'm about to clock out. We did it. Yeah, it's amazing. You too, honey lots. Thank you, Nanya. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting this channel. It means so much to me, okay? Y'all continue to have a safe, blessed rest of your day. I see y'all in Sipperville, okay? And I also see y'all in the morning. With that being said, y'all be safe, be blessed, never stressing. Until next time, true seekers stand up, and we out.